Immaculate, back-to-back rapping shit. J. Cole rapping shit. Living lavishness, badass shit. Fakes ain't dapping this.
Alright,
When
what
I
it
see
do?
a 9 on my
Yo.
phone, I'm
Where
tapping
there's smoke, episode 7.
It's lucky number 7, dude.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I like 7. 7's a good number.
It feels like we got to 1 month fast, and now it's taking forever to get to 2 months.
Well, I think this is the second month, right? Or it's like the end of the second month, I think.
Well, I guess next episode will be 2.
2 whole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, dude. That's like, it's almost like when a baby's like cooing and making noises and stuff like that. That's what this podcast is doing
That's
right
where
now.
it's at right now.
Yeah, dude. It's that little infant stage. So, yeah, man. It's, episode 7, 6.5 was like, it was last week, right?
Yeah.
And so, this one, man, we got some stuff to talk about. We got quite a few things that happened.
That one didn't do as well. I'm wondering if it was like because we put it out so close to the other one.
Yeah.
Or I saw something on YouTube that was saying like if you put too many tags and they're not accurate to what the video, it'll like send you to that video.
Yeah.
And then if people watch it and they're like, oh, that video wasn't about what the tag was, it could give like a negative react. And like, but I went back to the video and like all the tags that were in there, I think are relevant to it. So I don't think that's what it was.
I don't know. I always think sometimes it's just the timing of it. I mean, it could be we don't know.
Yeah.
I wish there was like a somebody that would tell us what the juice is at that YouTube.
I think too, like we hit like up with our first few, like everyone that we know kind of checking it out.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like settled where it made that big splash with everyone we know. And now it's like we're kind of seeing who's actually going to stick with it and like fuck with it and like be consistent. And like the people might check back in, but I feel like we kind of had that big, because like we were building up, and I think it was episode 3 or 4 where we really peaked at like 300, and then it's kind of like tapered off.
We need more fans.
I mean, sure, we'll just keep talking our shit. It's gonna,
Yeah.
but I think what I'm saying is like it kind of there was an excitement, and now it's just kind of like settled in. But like we're gonna keep progressing. I feel like the conversation's really peaked around there too. But they'll come back and like we're gonna be making improvements. I bought a camera we're gonna try to use today, but we need a few more. I just need a HDMI micro to get that going.
Dude, I'm so like I was actually more annoyed by that because there's a cable for everything now.
Yeah.
There's not, you know what I mean? There's a micro SD, then you got your C, then you got your HDMI. Now you got a micro, you know. Then you got what's next? A mega HDMI where it's like a 3 foot long. You know what I mean? Like just make one cable and just keep it universal.
Yeah,
It should be like that.
I wish there was a lot more simplicity, but oh well, I'll get it next time. And like I'm gonna start trying to shoot more like little shorts and shit on my phone. Like when I went to pick up the camera today, I like shot a little thing in Best Buy and like put it up. So just like I think I got 50 views like pretty quickly.
That's what's up.
So just different little stuff and like going out and about like IRL streams.
Yeah.
Even if it's like a 30-second clip. Hey, I'm walking into Best Buy to pick up my camera. Footage of me like, oh, here's the shit. Everyone like quick little shit. People see what they keep up to date, you know.
But I feel like you got to put something else in there.
No, you do.
Like,
but I'm saying even that keeps people like when I
Yeah.
see, for instance, I'm a big fan of Fresh and Fit. Big surprise. But like when I watch Fresh and Fit, like mostly it's like the like the evening stream and then the nighttime stream, which the evening stream is like guy improvement, and then the nighttime stream is like with the girls.
Yeah.
But then Fresh, what he does like solo was he'll do like the IRL streams, which like when they go out to dinner or like when they're on the cruise, he'll do like the beginning of the cruise, and it just kind of shows you like how they are when they're chilling, not in the studio, and it kind of like like it makes you more of a fan of them because you get to see like them out and about.
Yeah.
It just kind of like fills in the gaps.
But I feel like something like you got to do something different.
Well, you wouldn't feast on that alone.
Yeah, but I'm saying like bring a homeless guy with you. You know what I mean? Hey, dude, you're I know you're homeless. You want something? Like
he does.
Hang out with us for a day and see what's up.
Or he'll like go see his mom because like everyone's always itching to see like what your family's like and shit. And he chooses when to reveal what, but he like if he takes his mom out to dinner or like whatever. Just, but yeah, no, you got to spice it up and find ways to like provide like make it people want to watch it. But like if you're already if someone's already a fan of you, they're gonna watch that too, and that's gonna make them more of a fan. So it's kind of like it might not draw new people in, but it's gonna solidify the ones you have because it makes you more relatable.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I would just there's just a way that, I mean, you got to think of something. Like I would even pretend like I was gonna dart and dash with that camera. Yeah, and just be like, hey, let me see that. And then, but you already know you can't mess around with.
I was thinking too. I should have walked in there with my phone, and like the customer service was so great. That would have been good if I captured that on camera and like put that out there. But like just little stuff, and
yeah. Nah, like I said, it's just something. You just got to catch that viral moment. But the thing is, like I said, you mess around like that, then you end up in jail.
Oh, how many viral moments going to come from the podcast?
How many YouTubers try to do that and then they end up going to jail getting their ass whooped?
My IRL stuff's going to be chill, just like kind of showing people like the spots, the vibe of like what Central Texas is, and
right, yeah,
because like this is my home. I love Central Texas. It's a dope place. It's kind of like simple and shit, but like. Just show off the beauty and the simplicity and like why I love this place and shit.
Bro, there's no other place like it.
No, I mean everywhere
and I can see why. Well, no, I mean look, you go to California and yes, they have their thing, but it's I guarantee you, like our places are like I think honestly we downplay how badass of a place this is because if it really wasn't that cool, everybody wouldn't be moving here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I set aside the cost of living or whatever. Like, you can move to Ohio and probably pay half of what we pay here, but no one is moving to Ohio. Like that, nobody's going to Cleveland. They're coming to Austin. You know what I mean? I don't know what's in Cleveland, but it definitely ain't, what we got. And so, I mean, a bunch of Browns fans, but, I mean, bro, they got the ugliest uniforms, too. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
It's like orange and brown. Like, the two ugliest colors that you could have put together. Like, that's when you know they don't give a fuck. Like, like what colors do you want? Blue, red? Nah, give me the orange and brown. The most cost-effective uniforms, please.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, I feel like, I don't know. I'm talking shit about Cleveland. I bet you they're probably some kick-ass people, but still, it's just ugly-ass uniforms. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah. I don't know. They just went with something like,
just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like
the city's boring and like just real industrial, and they just didn't try to like go against that or change it up. They just like embraced it fully.
Like get the most manliest colors you can think of. Like, you know what I mean? Just brown and orange. It's almost like a root beer like colored like theme.
Yeah. But it makes it like, I don't know. It's like it's just like brown could have gone good with other colors, and yellow could have gone like the Steelers is not that bad with yellow and black. It kind of goes off.
Yeah.
And like I feel like the Redskins or now the Commanders have like red and yellow, but it's like a different variation. And like you can make those colors badass, but like when they put, I guess the Redskins are like not brown, but it's like a maroon and yellow, and it's kind of like you can make those colors good. Like the Bears, I think
they're navy blue and I think orange with like white outline.
But I don't know. They just put like the two worst colors together because like those colors with other things could have been badass. Like brown and red could have been cool, like a brick, like firefighter type thing or like something. But like brown and
but it's like, what is Cleveland known for though?
Just real like industrial.
It's like working man.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was. They're like, dude, just give us the most manliest shit that you can come up with. We don't care. Just get the guys out there and let's win some games.
Terrible.
But yeah, oh well. Shout out to Cleveland.
Shout out them boys of Cleveland, Ohio. Remember all those old color changing mixtapes?
Dude, that's where
Ohio.
So I know like Cam back in the day, they love
I don't know why.
So Chameleon Air, for those of you who are not familiar, Chameleon Air, the rapper, everybody knows him as Riding Dirty or whatever. Catch Me Riding Dirty, that song. Back in the day, he had his rapping crew, and it was Lou Hawk, 50/50, Razak, his brother, and so they would do like these tours. They would go all over the state of Texas, dropping off their mixtapes, doing shows, and for some reason, man, I think there was like a Texas Connect from Cleveland, and so that's what they would do. And a lot of people in Cleveland, they love Texas rap because of Cam. So it actually makes really good sense that that they do that. But it's very interesting. They had some good rappers too. Cleveland has some really good rappers. Chip the Ripper, I don't know if you're familiar with him. He was kind of big back in the 2010s. Punchline rapper type dude.
No.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Just trying to think of who else.
I mean, they had Bone Thugs, but
yeah, Bone Thugs. But here's the thing, Bone Thugs, those guys, I don't feel like they represent Cleveland like that though.
Really?
I think when you think of Cleveland, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but I never associated them with like Cleveland like that or Ohio.
But you're not from there, so maybe
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But Texas, we ride hard for our shit, so like we know. Every rapper lets it known like, hey, we're from Texas and this and that. So maybe we just have different ways of showing pride. But anyways, shout out Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about the little freeze we had.
Emphasis on little.
Because like, when did it hit? Like, because we were hearing about it about 2 weeks before, but everyone was wondering how it was gonna be. And then about a week before it hit, everyone was pretty much taking it seriously, except for Donnie and a few other fools. But and then I think Saturday it really was pretty normal, but Sunday is when it started getting.
So here's
cold,
the
right?
thing. Here's the thing. So the weathermen or whoever they had this forecast of like the worst possible case scenario, doomsday. It's gonna be frozen.
Did.
Oh, I mean, they were really
pretty
hyping
accurate.
They were. Let's put it this way. They were hyping it up pretty good.
I think it was accurate hype.
You think they shut down the city like that though? I mean, bro,
They did not shut down the city.
Bro, nobody was on the roads when it was frozen.
I know it was lovely, but that was a personal choice.
But businesses closed though. Like everybody,
they made that choice though.
Yeah, but when you're doing a personal versus business, that's different. Like people, I'm sure wanted to work, but they couldn't because the businesses were closed. But I think what it came down to though was like we all had PTSD from the last two freezes, and it's like, you know what I mean? We had that one for 2020, 2021. Yeah.
I don't think people wanted to risk having their employees on the road if it was gonna rain,
sure,
like rain or snow, and it was like, if you make them come in, it's like a damn if you do, damn if you don't. Because if you make them come in and there's ice on the road, everyone's gonna be pissed. And then you tell them to stay home, and there wasn't any ice on the road, but it was cold enough that if there would have been precipitation,
oh for sure,
it would have been bad. And like I actually ended up just running some errands, and I went to Lockhart that day, and like I could tell that there was ice on the road, like a little bit of snow, but like DPS or whoever had sent somebody through to like, I don't even know we had a sweeper that could do that, but like we had some kind of sweeper because I could tell the ice was like on the side of the road, and
it doesn't take much to make your.
Much.
Well, I'm saying it doesn't take much for your car to spin out of control.
Right.
If you hit that ice patch at the right speed,
time,
yeah,
or on a bridge, or when you need to stop at the right time, and we're not used to it, so we don't know like little.
Which way do you turn?
I don't know.
You go against it. You go against it, not with it. So. But most people will panic and they'll slam on their brakes. That's the worst case scenario. You don't want to do. Like there's certain things that you got to do when you hit the
And see, snow is different. Ice is like terrible.
Yeah.
So there's all those things we just don't know. We're not used to. So I feel like for Texas, especially in the big city, if it's gonna be real bad, especially like because the thing is, it was below freezing for like 24 hours or something.
Right. So, what is below freezing?
32.
32. And here's the thing. I saw a lot of folks that were like in New York or like on the East Coast talking shit about Texas. Like, man, y'all freak out when it's like, you know, a little bit of ice and stuff. But when it's like 85 degrees over there, they're passing out because it's too hot for them. So I'm like.
If we had more of those days too, we'd adjust. But I
don't think so, dude. People out here, we don't know how to act when there's like. Even when it's raining hard, people still freak out. Like I've seen people on the roads like with their blinkers going like 10 miles an hour. I'm like, bro, just pull over, man. You're causing you're a little bit more dangerous than just. I don't know. Us Texans, man, we're spoiled when it comes to like just the heat, and then when it comes to like rain or like snow or ice, like we don't know how to act. We buy out the damn store, bro. Come on. Bro, they bought out all the milk, all the bread and stuff like that. I'm like, really, man? We're only in for 2 days, if that. But again, like I said, it's that PTSD that we've all when we were locked into our houses for how long was it? Like a week?
Not quite, but yeah, almost. I think. Yeah, I don't know why people do that.
It's the news, man. They hype it up.
It's like I think it's all these pandemic movies and like end of the world movies and stuff.
Yeah, that's that too.
Yeah,
that too. Have you? What's the most recent one you've seen that was like that? Did you see Bird Box on Netflix with Sandra Bullock when she had? You know what I'm talking about? Where she had like blindfolded.
Yeah,
that one was actually before COVID, and not to say it was like there's some correlation to it, but it was a lot of similarity to what had happened in that movie versus what happened in real life. I was like, shoot. Actually, now I think about it, have you been keeping up with that Disease X thing?
No.
You've heard, you know about it, right? Or heard of it?
No.
So apparently there's this new one. And Matt told me about it, and I saw it in the news, but I didn't really think much of it because I thought it was like a kind of like a bullshit article. But this one is supposed to be 20 times deadlier than COVID. And right now they're having issues trying to.
My dick is 20 times harder than it was during COVID too.
But this one, like I said, I don't know if they're having issues quarantining it or keeping it, because here's the thing, at my job, at my other job, people are like passing COVID around like it's a hot potato.
Yeah.
And so it's like, which is to me, I'm not really worried about it because now it's almost as common as I guess as a cold. But people are still having to wear the mask and stuff like that, like just being on the safe side, if you will. But I'm just like, is this kind of like a precursor for what's to come for the next one? You know what I mean?
Maybe.
I mean, these for all we know, these pandemics could be back to back every 5-10 years now. You know, you never know.
Yeah.
But I think it's called X disease or disease X, and it's supposed to be like, again, 20 times deadlier than COVID. So I don't know what that means, but we're just keeping my finger on that pulse, if you will. I'm no doctor, but it doesn't sound like it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I don't know. How long has that been around?
I mean, as far as I know, dude, it's only I saw it in the news maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't know how new this is, but I mean, it's on the radar for sure. For like it's definitely making some like a little wave. But that's how COVID started as well. It was like one of those things where you were like I know about it, not too concerned about it. It's on that side, so what is it? Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden,
here it is. Trump's running again, and COVID's coming again.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. He's been winning by a landslide too. That's the other thing. Like that one Republican candidate that backed out and now is like in favor of him.
That guy was more like an independent, wasn't he? Or
the
no?
Indian dude.
Yeah.
God, I wish I knew his name. God, I feel terrible not even know his name, but. I don't know if he was independent. I think it was more Republican than anything.
Yeah,
but
that's one of those guys that when people are like, oh, if you just vote, there's a guy that feels like you that wants change, that's young, and he just wants common sense, and like there's a good option. That's the guy that people like. He's like the false hope. For people like, there's a new guy that's up and coming that wants what you want. That like all the crap that they say is like a false. That's that guy. That he's one of those people. And then he just like he gets a little steam and gets people a little hope, and then he just bows out to whoever's really the guy who's going to get the primary, which in this case is Trump. Right. And he tries to get as many supporters. Yeah. On that train as possible.
Wouldn't that kind of rub you the wrong way though?
It was just greasy and lame and like so expected. Like when I literally saw a clip of him and like this is a guy that my uncle liked. Yeah. And like my uncle always likes that guy who's like last cycle he liked Andrew Yang, who was like the new sexy guy who was saying a lot of things that are like common sense.
He didn't back out though, right?
I don't remember what happened with him. Yeah. But like this guy was the thing that time, like the new sexy choice of like common sense and like he blah blah blah, and then he just like it's just like a cheesy, lame, repetitive thing. It's like, come on, guys, we're seeing the same little things play out.
I forgot about that gentleman.
Next time, there's a guy who's a foreign guy, Asian, who seems smart and with it and young, and a little the right mix of conservative and the right mix of like new and saying what me and you would say. Right. Let's see if he doesn't just bow out at the same around the same time to whoever the real guy is. You know what I'm saying?
It's like why bow out? You know what I mean?
Like it's part of the whole game.
I know it's part of the game, but it's just like. But my thing is this: is like
that's all he can do.
No, I get that, but
that's like a sock puppet. If you take your hand out, they can't move anymore.
Well, my thing is this: like I said, I would say go for it and see exactly how much support that you have.
You can't. It's part of the game.
Right, but I'm saying though, like if I was in his shoes, right? Yeah, I'm still in support of Donald Trump, right?
It just doesn't work like you think.
Right, but I'm saying though, like in his position, I'm still in support of Donald Trump, but I want to see how far is he whooping my ass?
Because it doesn't work like you think.
I know, but I'm saying what I'm trying to say is like if
you're saying that's how you would think it would work, right? That's how they tell us it works. That's not how it really works.
It goes if let's just say Donald Trump beat him by like 5-10%. Well, this guy's like, okay.
What if Donald Trump pays him money,
dude? Or he says, hey, you stay. Hey, you ride with me. I'll make you vice president.
Right. Or I'll put you in my cabinet.
Right.
Which is that bribery?
No, I don't think so.
Almost.
No, because here's the thing. In order for you to bribe somebody, it has to be somebody from like an opposing side. You know what I mean?
No, it doesn't. Because you're still bribing the competition.
No. Because I see what you're saying, and it makes sense. Yes.
Yeah.
But when I think of bribery, I think it's somebody like on the opposite end, like, hey, do this for me, and I'll do this for you.
He's still the competition in the primary. He is the opposition until they get to a certain point.
They are counterparts, yes, but they both are kind of on the same. It's like NASCAR. You ever watch?
It's not like he went all the way until the primary was up, and then he bowed out, and then he said, "I'll take you on my team." He's doing it early, so he can't.
You watch NASCAR?
No,
but like,
really.
so there's guys on their own little cars, but they're still like on teams, right? And so like sometimes they'll work together to help get that.
Yeah,
that's what it kind of feels like. But to me, it's like, again, like I said, I can see what you're talking about on the bribery because
it's greasy.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, we might have to turn that off when we do the react, or turn it back on when we do the reacts in a minute.
But yeah, like I see what you're saying, but to me, I always think of bribery. It's always like,
it's not right. It's crooked, and like someone that really is all into the politics will say like, well, he's bowing out because he knows he's not gonna win, and he wants to create like favor with Trump, and like even that's like crooked. It's like I don't know.
I don't know, man. But what if he's the best guy for that position, and it might be doing us a favor, right? I mean, we won't know until after the fact. But
that's the least of it. That's just that's a light surface thing. But it seems to be recurring that like they always these types of guys that they're and I was describing them all earlier. But another thing is that they always have like something that's of the times and like new and like relevant.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what this guy's thing was, but Andrew Yang was like focused on universal basic income.
Right.
Like,
and who knows? These guys might actually pop up later because they're still young. You know what I mean? They're still relatively young.
It's like Bernie. It just gives them the false. That's what Bernie was. He was false hope for years.
Bro.
No, but he's been false hope for years. Just like these guys will be false hope for years.
Yeah, but
he's been giving them false hope for years.
But I think with Bernie though, he was God. What would I compare him to? Because he's been in there for dude. He was literally holding.
I know, but he's still just a false hope.
I'm trying to think of God. What would be a good example?
Age is not the point here. It's about the false hope.
I think age matters because
I know, but I'm just saying the comparison is he's the false hope for the Democrats, just like these other guys are the false hope for the Republicans.
You never know because a lot of these guys.
No, every year, even Democrats will agree that the primaries are rigged against Bernie.
Oh yeah, that was already proven fact. Like
so, it's the same thing. He's the one over there that's always saying like the common sense thing, and most people would vote for him. But he like bows out and goes with who he supports. Whoever.
Who did he support? Hillary, right?
Yeah, he always just does that. He's the same. It's the same thing. The thing is with Bernie, they keep using the same old sock puppet. With the Republicans, they get like a new guy every time.
Bernard, God. Well, I don't know, man.
Kill yourself in one of your 9 mansions, bitch. He has people tricked into thinking he's a good guy. And he's the everyman, but he has like 10 houses and shit.
Hey, but he made a meme fire though.
Yeah,
like a meme fire. Like everybody took that picture of him sitting there with the glove. Like I don't remember the context. Of
he made the fire meme, or someone else made it.
Somebody did it, but just his position when he was sitting with the gloves on his hand.
I feel like Ben Shapiro when he reacts to all these videos now, he just sits there like this.
Ben, God,
like he's critical and loading at the same time.
I always love doing my impression of him. First of all, we're gonna go ahead and get into this video. Don't forget to like today's sponsor is.
He's a good Jewish boy, isn't he?
Oh God, I'm trying to. I'm man. Where did I first hear Ben Shapiro? It may have been like 2020, 2021 during COVID.
Damn, not late.
I didn't know. You knew who he was before then?
Yeah, he was on Facebook a lot.
I never saw him. I think it was during COVID, but I wasn't really that paying attention to like people that were influencing like that. But I mean, he's definitely got an audience, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. But I always like watching those react videos, even if it's like somebody I don't like, because because you gotta watch a video and you're just like. Think you're having the same thoughts as that person that's watching. Like, what the fuck am I watching, dude?
Yeah.
What's the most craziest reaction that you've seen, or craziest video? Is there one that your jaw just dropped?
I mean, nothing sticks out anymore.
I know, right? Are we that desensitized from everything? Like nothing. Yeah. I don't know, man. Ugh. I just hate watching videos where I know somebody's gonna get hurt, especially like a kid. Yeah. Like there was this one. I think it was like. Talentless America or something like that on Instagram. I had to unsubscribe, bro, because they're like showing videos of kids getting hurt, but it was the parents that were recording it. Like they knew in advance, like the kid was gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
And people were like commenting. Like, don't get me wrong, I have my sense of humor too, but there's some videos that I'm just like, bro, you let your kid. Like one of them was a child hanging off the back of a seat with one of the kids sitting in it, and the parent was recording. The kid got off the chair, and the kid went back and like slammed their head, not fall, but slam. And apparently, it was like the funniest thing in the world because everybody in the comment section was just like it was the funniest thing. I was like, man, like don't get me wrong, I've seen some people bump their heads, and You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But why is it though? Like, I don't know if I'm fucked up, but like, you ever seen somebody get hurt and you just try not to laugh? Or no? You ever seen somebody like fall funny? That's one of my worst fears is like getting like dying, and it's like it's funny. You know what I mean? Like somebody that's like, I remember this one time one of my friends, his mom was like doing something, and she like straight boom hit her head, and I was just like, I didn't laugh, but I was really trying not to laugh, but I really wanted to. But what's even worse is when you see it and somebody else sees it, and then you see them looking at you, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like,
It's usually not when someone gets hurt, but
yeah. I don't know, man. Sometimes it's still funny, but that's what I'm saying. Now I'm being hypocrite because I unfollowed that Instagram video, but yeah, I don't know. There's some reaction videos out there or some videos that I'm just like, I know once we react to it, we might react differently. Just depends on what it is.
yeah.
You know.
I was seeing that Draymond Green like finally came back from suspension. I didn't even see how many games he ended up serving. I think it was maybe, I guess I could look it up, but I think it was around 10. He said he was thinking about retiring during the time. I almost feel like, so I've heard other people speak on it, but they were saying like Adam Silver's just not as good of a commissioner as like David Stern was, and they feel like he just doesn't have as good a reign on like the players and everything, and like. It almost seems like Draymond was just like, oh, I think I'm going to retire. And then David Stern was like, oh, don't do it. Like, you're making a...
Adam Silver,
yeah. Adam Silver was like, oh, you're making a rash decision or whatever.
I think he was lying about that.
Yeah, he just said that so he could come back quicker or something. But it's just like... And someone was... I don't remember what they were... Exactly the correlation, but they were saying, like... Adam Silver might not be, like, good for the NBA because, like, the numbers are not what they were, like, prior... And, like, you have all these crybaby players that, like, kind of get their way. And, like, they do load management. He doesn't, like, penalize them as much. And, like, he said he has, but he really hasn't. And then, like, they've tried to do this in-season tournament to, like, spark up views and, like, get people excited about but, like, that shit is so confusing. No one gives a fuck about it.
Right.
And it's only regular season games. So, like, the Indiana Pacers and the Lakers were some of the ones that made it to the end of this like in-season tournament, but all they did was win like 2 or 3 regular season games in a row.
Yeah.
So, and it was hard. The way that they were grading the thing was like hard to keep up with too, kind of. So I feel like no one really gave a fuck about it.
No.
Like, and it didn't drive any hype. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, the NBA has been around for a very long time. There's nothing really new about the game that you can switch up about it.
Well, they could do something new. Like, they could make that in-season tournament more important, and change the way it went. But it was terrible.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The NBA is weird. It's a way different culture than any other sport.
Here's what you do if you want to make it interesting. You, instead of like the All-Star break or whatever, you have that, and you have the in-season tournament. But instead of it just being like regular season games that count towards something, you pause the season and you actually have a tournament like the NCAA where everyone 1 versus 1 bracket style.
Yeah.
Winner takes all, 1 game elimination, and then at the end you have it you have it matter, like the winner of the tournament, they're automatically in the playoffs or something that actually fucking matters.
Yeah.
And have the season stop and you play the little tournament and then you go back to the season, because that would put the focus on the tournament and the reward would actually have significance, because now it has no significance to the fans.
Right.
But if you made it to where the season stopped and there was like a single game elimination, just like the March Madness, but the pros in the middle of the season, and then the winner was that team was automatically in the playoffs no matter what, you'd be like, okay, I'm going to watch this motherfucker now.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just, honestly, man, it's just...
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Because, like, right now, LeBron's on the Lakers. They're not even going to be... They're out of the playoffs right now.
Right.
But he won this in-season tournament. So if the tournament was a little more exciting and he won it, he'd be like, oh, it doesn't matter that LeBron's in last place. He's in the playoffs. And we know LeBron's so freaking good. When he gets in the playoffs, anything can happen. Yeah. So it had this little excitement to it. But right now, it's like, who cares?
I mean, like I said, it's hard to really reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? Like you could do that, but then I feel like somewhere down the road it would just kind of end up fucking up other teams. Because then it'd be like, well, there's one deserving team that just got knocked out because somebody.
I mean, yeah, that would be drama. There's always going to be drama.
That's
but
what I'm saying.
I feel like it would be good. You're not going to reinvent the wheel. You're not changing the way they play basketball. You're just changing what games have importance. And yeah, someone's going to get screwed. It's always been like that. And in fact, the NBA did something else that I feel like I'm not in love with it, but I feel like it might be better than the in-season tournament.
Yeah.
It's the play-in at the end, to where used to be at the end of the season, if you were number 8, because 1 through 8 makes the playoffs in each conference. So if you were the 9th seed and you were only 1 game behind the 8th seed, you were just out of the playoffs. Too bad, so sad.
Right.
So that was one of those things where it was like a lot of people got cheated throughout the years.
Yeah.
Now they have an in-season tournament where number 8 is not just automatically in and number 9 is not automatically out.
Right.
They play it, and they play number 7 and number 8 play at the end.
Right.
And whichever one wins gets in the playoffs. And whichever one loses has to play the winner of the 9 and 10. So it gives the 9 and 10th seed a chance to squeak into the playoffs, and one of the 7th and 8th seeds is going to fall out.
Right.
So it creates this extra drama at the very end of the season where even if you're the 10th seed, if you win 2 games in a row, you can get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a little extra drama where it's not like end of the season, oh, you were 1 game behind them, you're out. It gives you that last little chance to squeak in. So I feel like that's one thing where they gave different games importance, and I feel like it's not crazy, but it helped. Where the in-season tournament didn't really help, but this is called the play-in tournament.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a small change that did help.
Yeah.
So
do you feel like basketball has lost some of its fans, because I feel like and this is just
I don't know. I don't think so.
This is just me because I grew up watching baseball like when I was a kid, and I realized it as I got older. Like baseball just became a less like go-to sport.
Yeah.
And then in fact, I think at one point was actually like one of the least watched sports for a while.
I think basketball is only going to go up because here's the reason. It's like soccer in a way that you only need a ball and 2 hoops.
Right.
Soccer is even easier because like you can make a hoop out of. You can imagine that 2 trees are a goal.
Right.
And just play with a ball.
Right.
So soccer is a little easier, but other than soccer, basketball takes like the least equipment, and it's similar to soccer as in like it's a similar team sport. The main difference is of course you're using your hands versus your feet.
Yeah.
But it's different from like rugby and football because it's not as physical.
Right.
And the whole team feels included. Whereas baseball, if you don't have the ball in your hand, you're kind of just sitting there.
Right.
But basketball, you can move at all times and always be moving. And even if you're not doing nothing on offense, you're important on defense. And like there's so much more to it. And I feel like it's that and soccer are going to be the 2 that are competing forever for the top spot. And soccer might win out, but I feel like basketball is up there with soccer.
Well, basketball is becoming an international sport.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's growing huge internationally.
Yeah.
And
largely in part of China.
And I think, and what's the other? And Eastern Europe. But like basketball is the perfect blend of like I'm not as familiar with soccer because I don't play it, but like basketball is a really good blend of like mental and physical. And I guess a lot of sports are like a combo, but like I feel like it's a good mixture.
Well, you're making a ball go through a hoop the size of like a watermelon. That's some hard shit to do.
But even like Draymond Green, for instance,
Yeah.
he is not a stereotypically like good player. He's like a terrible.
Well, he's more of an
player.
enforcer type.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like if you were like playing like a video game of basketball, that would never be your creative player, or you would never pick him for your like back in the day. I used to make an NBA team which was like all stacked 99, and there was no Draymond Green on that team.
Right.
But like that's a video game. Like when it plays out practical, the reason he's so important is because basketball is a mixture of athletics and skills and the mental, and he has the right mixture of all to where he's still not the best, but he's like he really puts himself up there because he knows like all the little stuff. Rebounding and like when to set a little screen for Steph and like just all these little bitty things.
He plays his role.
Yeah, and he knows there's like a lot of stuff that you can know to like it's just so intricate. But like I think it's just got the perfect blend of a lot of stuff. Like it's not going anywhere.
You know what's interesting too is when you can see a team's like the morale go down during the game. That to me is
that's crazy, right?
Dude. Because it's like 1 minute, dude. It could be a close game. They're like maybe 4 points. Like there's a 4-point differential.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, 10 minutes later, they're behind 20.
Yeah, 30.
And then at any point in time, they can catch up. They can
Yeah.
catch up, and it's just
and like in basketball, there's only 5 people. So like on football, you're a lineman. You're never gonna get the ball. You're always gonna block. In basketball, you might like Draymond doesn't get the ball near as much, but he does get the ball.
Right.
And he does score sometimes, and he assists, and that's the thing where you feel like you're included, and like, oh, I got to help my teammate. Like without me, he wouldn't have got that because it's an assist. Whereas football, you're the blocker. You're always like, you might get a good block that leads to a touchdown,
right?
But you're never gonna score the touchdown. Or very exceptionally, they let the lineman do it. So it's one of these things in basketball where it's like everyone feels like they're more like equal or on like a level thing. Whereas football, like everyone has their role, and like the receivers and running backs and quarterbacks shine, and everyone else has their role. And like there's no punters in basketball, there's no kickers in basketball.
Yeah.
Like, and there's the three, there's the big man. Even amongst big men, there's so many different ways to score and play the game. It's so exciting. You can be a big man like LaMarcus Aldridge, where he's more finesse. You can be a big man like Shaq. You can be like Patrick Ewing or the Dream, where they're
the best big man.
A little bit
ever?
of both. Dude, it's hard to even say. But like basketball is just so like there's so many, and the same with all sports. There's so many different receivers, but like I just feel like basketball has so many nuances, and like it's different, bro. It's that's the sport I love the most. Like
yeah, like I said, I'll be honest with you. I fell out of love with basketball probably around 2020 after the COVID had hit, dude. It kind of just.
But did you ever play basketball?
No.
That's why. You like have a different appreciation when you like love to play it. And then
I mean,
you see
I watched it.
it.
I probably watched it more than anybody. But my thing was like I don't know what it was, man. Maybe because I was a Spurs fan, and after like let's just say after what's his name, Kawhi left, and then I was like, it left a bad taste in my mouth, and so I was like, okay. But I'm also a fan of different players, right? So of course I'm a Spurs fan. Like I watch them, but I haven't been as faithful since, like I said, after Kawhi left. But like there's other players that I enjoy watching, like Giannis or he's fun to watch. I mean, kind of the big guys, you know what I mean? Like the people that know about. But I don't know, for some reason, man, I just fell out of it. I guess maybe to me it's just a lot of basketball to watch and
it's a lot. But they need to do something to like spice it up, and they've been trying. Maybe they'll get it right, but
baseball's made those adjustments too. Like in between pitches.
I've never liked baseball though.
Well, like pitches. So, dude, I don't know if you know, but they put a timer in between pitches now. There's 20 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before, I forgot which player it was. I think
Do you like that though? Because that changes the game.
Yes, I love it. And the reason I love it is because in between pitches, dude, like I forgot who it was. There was a player, dude, in between pitches, bro. He had his routine, take off the glove, blah blah blah. And then they timed it next to the 20-second one. He was able to strike out somebody in like 30 seconds, and the time it took him to throw one pitch during the regular time.
Yeah.
And because it took him a minute in between each pitches.
Yeah.
And so I like it because the fluidity of the game is okay, cool. Like, we got to get, you know what I mean? It puts that much more pressure on each of the players.
Yeah.
Whereas before, they had their traditions or their little rituals and stuff like that. Now it's like, no, dude, we don't got time for that shit. We got to, it's almost it almost puts the factor of like the game clock on basketball or football.
Yeah.
Now they have one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can't fuck around on the mound and try to adjust your glove. You get that ball. You figure out what the next pitch is going to be, and you just you rocket it.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I don't know how else how other way you can spice up baseball, because like you said,
baseball's boring.
But what it is though, what I like about baseball is it's not like a continuous game like soccer or basketball.
Yeah.
So what it does, it makes the moments that much more sweeter.
Ooh, dude, have you seen some basketball moments that you?
No, I know what you mean.
And see, the thing about baseball is because of the way innings are, like it can go on forever. Like it can go quick, but it can go on forever.
Yeah, if you go extra innings, you're gonna be there for a while.
But basketball, it's pretty much 2.5, 3 hours.
But what I'm saying though is like for instance, like if you have, let's just say your team is down by, let's just say they're down by 3 points.
Yeah.
And then 2 outs. There's 2 outs. You got the guy on base or at the plate. He's got 2 strikes, 3 balls. Now it's a full count. it's almost a game of chess.
I know. I hate it.
That, you know what I mean? Like, hey,
I don't like it. I like, yeah, it's what you like.
Have you ever watched a Grand Slam live on TV before?
No, it's just not exciting to me. It's
There's-
more exciting when this is what you relate to, but like, cause like, yeah. No.
There's nothing more sweeter than especially if it's your team, and you're like, man, we really need this win. It all comes down to it.
Yeah.
Because you got to think. All the plays in between that game led up to this final moment, and now
it's like you couldn't get it done, and now you're trying to squeak it out at the end like a Dallas Cowboy,
bro.
It's just
and then you're like, you hold your breath for that pitch, and you go,
and then you hear,
and then you hear that back, you hear the crack, just, and you're like, okay, it's up now. Is it going up in the air?
You're just all hoping on the chances,
bro. And then hey,
I like basketball more because it's more of like. You get to see the offensive player get in a groove, and then it's like, can the defense stop him versus like how good is his groove? Mm-hmm. And it's like that is probably more exciting because it's like leading to one moment in baseball versus basketball. It's like maybe a 30-second moment or like a series of moments. Right. But like that's when Curry has been like cooking the whole night or something, and it's close, and then at the end he hits like 2 or 3 threes in a row, and you're just like, fuck. It's not as exciting as that one moment, but it's like.
But basketball does have those one moments too.
Well. Yeah,
the Ray Allen three,
that was a one moment. Oh. But that was really, if you really look at it, that was like a final 1 minute because it was like back and forth. We made a bucket, and then they shot it, missed it. It was like a 30-second little clip, and it was just like, oh shit.
But think about all the anxiety that you were feeling. Like, come on, just like like stop him.
Yeah.
And then it came through, and
that game was lost by the San Antonio defense, not by
But like, dude, like. You and I being fans of Spurs and then seeing him hit that three, you had to just tip your hat to him. Because to hit that three because I think, who was it? Ginobili and Parker was on him. Yeah. Like, I think it was a fadeaway if I remember. Because he was on the line, dude. He was almost out of bounds when he shot that. And to hit that three, all the fucking Heat fans were already on their way. They already had emptied out the arena. And then when he hit that three, like, everybody tried to bum rush back into the arena. And they're like, fuck you, no, dude. Sorry. Like, no, like, that, you know, you left. You left. You remember that? The Heat fans were leaving because they thought they were going to lose.
Yeah.
And then when Ray Allen hit that three, then all of a sudden they wanted to come back and party. And they're like, nah, dude, you already left. Bye. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, those moments, dude, like, oh, man, sports are pretty awesome, dude. I enjoy sports, but, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wish I was still in love with basketball the way I was when I was a kid, but I don't know. I like football. I watch the football, and I do watch the Astros during baseball season. Try to keep up with. I mean, dude, when you're playing 200 games a season, you're gonna miss a few. Which, to me, honestly, though, the one odd thing about baseball is that they always play at weird times. They'll be like, oh, yeah, we have a match today, Wednesday at 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. I'm like, who the hell's going?
No one cares.
Well, it's like, who's going to those games? Like, it's a work day.
No one gives a fuck.
Anyways.
No one gambles on baseball because no one gives a shit about it.
They do too, bro. They do too. I'm telling you, man.
No, they don't.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot you can bet on baseball.
But not really. No one's betting on baseball.
You'd be surprised.
I mean, I'm sure there are, but not compared to other stuff.
No, that'd be an interesting.
There's people that make arguments for the minority. It's like wild, bro. It's like people don't bet on baseball. Well, yeah, they do. It's like, okay, they do, but like comparative, like the everyday person, like a lot of people bet on football and basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Most you don't hear people gamble. Like you've never heard someone say, "What's the spread on?"
Well, you don't even gamble. You don't even watch baseball, so you wouldn't.
But I've heard people say the spread on football and even basketball.
Yeah,
I've never heard someone even casually bring that up about baseball.
Here's the
thing.
You
see what I'm saying? Like
I feel like that was more back then, though.
Yeah,
when baseball was popping, especially like the bookies,
when they had to listen to it on the radio.
Oh my God, Roger Maris hit his 61st home run. Like, bro, I bet you that was live back in the day.
We've got our popcorn here in the stadium. We're already.
You can feel the tension. You can cut it with a knife. Bro,
and Babe Ruth rode on a big white horse.
Yeah, he pointed his bat to the center field. It looks like it's going.
He rode.
Hey, interestingly enough, did you know Babe Ruth was the most struck out player in all of baseball?
No.
Yeah, dude. He's been known to hit, obviously, the Colossus of Cloud. But yeah, he was the most the most players struck out in Major League Baseball. Same thing as Kobe. I think Kobe has the most. What is it? The most missed shots.
Probably.
Yeah, he's out there. But I mean, you're not gonna make a record if you don't take those chances. So.
Yeah.
But you gotta shoot your shot, bro. Shoot those shots, man.
Yeah. Do you have anything?
Yeah, I want to discuss Alec Baldwin.
Oh no,
bro. So, Alec Baldwin, so we all know him from various movies. What's your favorite Baldwin flick? I like him in Glengarry Glen Ross. It's he's a salesman kind of guy, but he has a really famous scene at ABC. Always Be Closing. Like if you're in sales, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Killer, phenomenal film. It has him, Kevin Spacey, but that's like one of his most well-known like roles. But he was in a Western movie, I think was what it was.
It was a TV series.
Oh, was it? Oh, I thought it was a movie.
I think it was a series.
Okay, so he was filming in I think Arizona or New Mexico, somewhere in the Southwest. And as they were filming, everybody knows he shot. I think it was the film director, right? And it was an accident. Well, that's what it was reported as. He didn't know that the gun was loaded, and so, you know, in any case, he ended up killing her. And I think we saw that originally he was dismissed, right? Is what it was. And now, I guess
it was a film.
It was a film?
Yeah, and I could be wrong. I'm about to look it up, but I think the person that he accidentally, allegedly shot and killed was, I could be wrong. I'm going to look it up, but I think it was the person that's responsible for like dealing with the prop weapons and shit.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm about to look it up.
Oh, damn it. So now he's is it re-indicted and being charged with manslaughter?
Yes, I believe so.
So now he's going to have to deal with a whole new case, but this one is going to be a more serious charge because I think before, I don't know I think he was being charged for
cinematographer was the one fatally shot.
Okay, so the director essentially, I think is what it
says. The actual director was injured.
Oh, okay.
But the cinematographer was killed.
Man.
I mean, they have so many different roles and shit.
But so he killed the cinematographer. I can't even pronounce that word. But cinematographer, man. I want to say.
Maybe they were talking about potentially blaming the person that like checked the weapons because.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you didn't do your job. You know what I mean? That's like if like you and I were going to go do electrical work, and you go, "Hey man, did you test to see if that wire is on?" I go, "Yeah, man, it should be fine," and then you get killed. The blame's not going to be on you; it's going to be on me. Yeah. I mean, that's how it would work. But in any case, so now he's being reindicted for manslaughter, which to me, I'm not going to lie, man, I'm a little on the fence about it. Because to be honest with you, anything with a trigger, dude, I'm gonna pull on it. If it's a power drill, I'm gonna squeeze the trigger. If it's a scan gun at you know what I mean?
I haven't gone through and like got the facts, but like he was on the movie set.
Yeah.
It's not like he killed this dude after they were off of work going to dinner and he was like, "Hey, fucker." It's like they're on the movie set. It was a prop. It's like.
But what's the number one rule about a gun? You don't
treat it like it's loaded.
Yeah.
Or treat it like it's.
Yeah.
But like, the other thing is, if it was a prop gun that he was provided,
right,
which we all pretty sure it was,
right,
and he was on the set, and that was the gun that he was supposed to be using in that scene, and he was supposed to be shooting that gun at someone in that scene.
Yeah.
I would have to say he's innocent. It's like. Because, like you said, treat it like it's loaded. But if that's a prop gun that you're handed on the set, you know, movie provided gun, you're on the movie set, and you're supposed to be shooting someone in the scene.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
hard to.
That's what I'm saying. I'm on
there
the
should be
fence
several
about
other
it.
people that are responsible for making sure that gun is not loaded.
Now, the other thing about it, and I remember specifically, was when he was doing his interview, right? Because they interviewed him about the incident, and he was doing his little fake cry, like,
oh yeah, he's a fucking. Well, he's an actor, right?
Not once did he apologize. And I don't think you want to apologize because then at that point you're admitting guilt, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people were saying, you know, because in the interview he was talking about how scarred and, you know, how traumatized he was and this and that. And everybody's like, yeah, well, imagine the person you just killed. You know what I mean?
Instead of convicted, he would only face up to 18 months.
That's still a chunk of time, though, bro. But I mean, 18 months, and then what? He's out in 3, 4. He may not even serve that whole time.
Okay, he was originally saying he didn't. What'd you say?
What's that?
No, I'm sorry, I was reading this. What'd you just say?
No, I was just saying he probably wouldn't even serve the full 18.
Oh yeah, probably not. It was saying he has repeatedly denied pulling the trigger, but a forensic report commissioned by the prosecution determined that he must have pulled the trigger for it to go off. The movie's armorer, Hannah Gutierrez Reed, has pleaded not guilty to an involuntary manslaughter charge and is scheduled to stand trial in February. Prosecutors faulted her for not adequately checking the ammunition that she loaded into the gun and for allowing live rounds onto the movie set. So are they both getting tried for the similar thing?
Well, if she is, she's not making enough news more than Alec Baldwin. That's for sure.
You know how it is, name recognition.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. Even if she was found guilty, nobody's going to care because we're talking about Alec Baldwin, right? Like Emmy award-winning actor that's known to play phenomenal roles and stuff like that. But man, dude, that guy he's kind of a weirdo. I'm not going to lie. His interviews, like I said, you can tell. You can always. I don't know what it is about these celebrities. It's just always a little off.
So weird.
They're off a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if they're out of touch with like.
If you want to see why, shout out Pockets of the Future. Go check him out. I've already shouted him out, but he's done several videos of Alec throughout the years, like his wife, and just like several things. Like I don't know, not necessarily why they're weird, but just videos of them being weird and like just like.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like to them, they don't know. Like that's how they are. Like you know what I mean? Like
I don't know.
It's almost like when Kanye's out in public dressed the way that he is. I'm like, bro. Yeah. But then again, though, Kanye's a trendsetter though. That's the thing about Kanye. Oh yeah, man.
Still.
I don't know. Maybe to some capacity.
Did you want to react to that video?
Which one?
The Alec Baldwin.
The interview or the shooting?
That guy reacting to it.
Oh, I thought you were like, let's review that. Let's react to the shooting because you know they had to have watched that film though, right?
You think?
Oh hell yeah, dude! Oh, don't forget to turn on the speaker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like if they're gonna try him in court, they had to have shot that footage of her getting shot. We're trying something new today. What are we trying today, Logan?
Yeah, we're trying a little video react, see how it goes.
Let's see what we got. So what is this again?
So let's see. Hold on, let's get the. This is Pockets of the Future, talking about the Alec Baldwin situation.
Yeah.
And he usually gives pretty good commentary, and he'll put like little clips of news and like the person he's reviewing talking, and then give his commentary, and he's pretty good. So we're gonna get his coverage of it, and then we're gonna kind of give our opinion.
Okay.
2021, the prosecution's had access to all the evidence since day one, and here we are in 2024.
Look at him shooting that gun. Hold on, pause it right there, bro.
Hold on.
Bro, why is he gunslinging like Yosemite Sam, bro?
he's hopping around like a homeless person that just picked up the gun.
Like rewind it, bro. Look at him. I don't know. Did he get trained to shoot like that or like? Bro, that definitely was not no Tombstone shit. Like, like, go back, bro. Look at that. Is that him?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let me see. Bro, look, watch.
2021,
Watch. Wow! Pew pew! Look at that.
Stay away from my sheep.
Like he's not aiming at shit. He's just. No wonder the fucking person got killed. Look at that. Terrible. Oh my god.
Constitutional charge because it was based on the statute that was passed after the shooting happened. Then the charges were dropped completely.
Yeah.
His wife was from Boston, Spain.
So you know who did
His wife from Boston, Spain. Have you seen that?
No.
I'm from Spain. She tries to talk like Spanish,
Yeah.
and they like busted her. This guy's covered that too.
That's funny.
We'll see if he. Let me skip ahead and see if he says anything about it.
It has died. It has been reanimated, and now it's shuffling.
Just look at
Bro,
He's enjoying the show.
that's funny.
Team, and it was a short statement. They just said, "We look forward to our day in court." If you were defending the actor, what would your strategy be here? And is this kind of thing usual? We don't have enough time, but I'll give you my bullet points.
Give you a bullet point.
What is Alec Baldwin's responsibility here? In addition,
So this is NBC, which Alec Baldwin has kind of. We'll see what happens. Alec Baldwin.
Well,
Boom.
Let's.
that's his wife right there.
Yeah, he's about to play some.
This is great. He's got to do his part.
Hopefully we're done. But we still have to. Alex,
Look at how she's holding that baby like a doll.
Look, it's a prop, like a movie prop.
When she makes this decision, she wants to beat up this guy. I mean, she's been a disaster for Alec, right?
Oh shit.
Man. Well,
Let's see this little.
she's a white girl. Yes, I am a white girl. I am a white girl.
so wait, what's the story on her again?
She just has like lied a lot and said that she's from Spain when she's not.
Is she Spanish?
She thinks she is. Maybe he'll show the little clip of it here soon. It's,
Oh, sh-
At what time? 12 o'clock. My wife is from Spain. And she said,
We have very few ingredients. We have tomatoes.
watch this.
We have how to say cucumbers. We have red pepper.
Like this bitch doesn't know how to say cucumber. How do you say cucumber? Yeah. Oh yeah.
But she has a full-on American accent and everything, bro.
I think part of it is that I
Watch.
meditate before I have a baby, and then I stay active when I'm pregnant.
Boy, she sound like a white girl there.
See, here's the thing. To her, for the benefit of the doubt, right? There are people that can switch on and off their like accents, right? Like an English person, they can switch off their like a British accent.
Yeah, but she's not from there. They taught her. If we keep watching, I think how much we want to watch. But like Paul,
Yeah.
he's exposed it before, and now he's just doing like the quick highlights because it's
Oh
coming
my
up again. But like
God,
he's
yeah.
exposed how she's.
How do
just
you
like,
say cucumber?
How do you say cucumber? There's another one where she's like, ay, ay, ay.
Oh no, no!
Yeah. Let's see if he'll play
Like,
that one.
ay caramba, Bart Simpson.
Let's see if he. Let's see. real
Oh
quick.
god, this is bad.
This
Oh
is-
no.
This is everything I needed in 2024.
My muscle tone up, and then we're having a baby. It was a surprise, a wonderful surprise. And one time at band camp, it was a surprise, a wonderful.
No.
One time,
He's just comparing it to that.
it was a surprise, a wonderful surprise.
Well, there was a scream I heard. A scream that's normally
Let's see if they.
reserved for Spider.
That's so weird though. Why would you do that?
So the first part of the book is philosophy on how to live very nice
Just because it's not in to be white anymore. It's in to be like ethnic and.
work and
Oh man. I mean, here's the thing.
I'm going to kick your culo.
gonna get my culo.
Go back to that.
I don't know if I want to watch.
Kick your culo.
Gonna get my culo.
Oh no.
Was that cringe?
That's terrible. Oh my god. I don't. You know what?
a little more.
Because can you imagine if I talk like this to you when we're doing our podcast? You'd be like, hey, you know.
How do you say cucumber?
Hey, what are you doing? Get off the bro. If I talk like that, dude, I know you'd be like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, you don't talk like, hey, welcome to the podcast, me and Logan. Yeah, bro. That's it. Oh god.
Let's see if we can get the I out of him.
I grow, yes, I am.
He's so weird. Look at him.
Trump is an anomaly. Trump is a maniac.
All right, murderer. Like,
His wife.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Come on, I want to see the one where he's like.
ay, ay, ay.
There it is.
oh no.
Right here.
Well, we're having a baby. How about that for a project?
Ay, ay, ay.
Baby here, okay.
Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay.
Bro.
They're a nightmare, bro.
Oh no, dude. Oh, I wish I didn't.
You wish you would have seen that sooner, right?
I wish I could go back.
Or never.
I wish I could go back 10 minutes before I saw this. Like, this is terrible, bro.
Yeah. So that's our first video react. Hopefully y'all it came through good. But that was enjoy that little clip.
Yeah, and if you want to watch the podcast, just go to the YouTubes. Ay, caramba. Bro, that's terrible, man. Like, I don't know. Oh, there was like, so I don't know if you know this. J-Lo, right? She's Puerto Rican. Her Spanish is ass. And it got discovered when she was making the movie Selena, right? Because, she played Selena in that movie. Then you fast forward till now, and I think she's still with Ben Affleck. I think they're still together. Ben Affleck's fluent in Spanish.
Is he?
Very.
Why?
I think he said he lived in like Mexico for a little bit. Like a lot of actors, they do, they live in like different countries and stuff like that. I don't know if it's for whatever reason, but he moved to Mexico. And Spanish is relatively easy to pick up, like as opposed to like different languages, I'm sure. But like, he speaks way, but like there was an interview where it was both of them, and the interviewer was in Spanish. Ben Affleck just took off, like, and with the thing is he said he does it with the accent. You know what I mean? Like he's like I tortilla like he's like he has that Mexican accent from wherever it was at. There's other actors that like you're like, oh shit, they know different. Like Mila Kunis, she speaks Russian.
Okay.
So there's like there's different but it's like, man, J-Lo, you should have at least learned a little bit of Spanish, a little bit,
Yeah, she don't need it.
You're like, she don't need it.
So, what else do we have? The Kill Tony thing. Did you have anything else?
There was that one. Was like the UFO. There was a UFO. I don't know if you heard about it.
Let me squeak in the Kill Tony thing because that's like a little. I just want to give a little take on that. So Kill Tony, there was I haven't seen it yet. I think it either came out last Monday, but I think it's coming out this Monday after we're filming this.
Okay.
Which would be the
22nd.
Yes. Which it was filmed, I believe, on New Year's. They had a huge New Year's Eve show.
Whoa! Wait, it recorded New Year's and then releasing it.
They released them 2 weeks later.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
okay. Got
on
it.
YouTube. I think it's like give it exclusive to like the people that go live.
Sure.
So like they had a huge show on New Year's and like to like spice up the show. I don't know if do you watch Kill Tony?
I watched segments. I haven't sat through a whole.
So like the whole
yet.
thing is like it's him and Red Band and then like whatever guest they have.
Right.
And they have the little live band behind them and they have comedians on and like most of the show is like they're pulling people out of the audience who sign up who want to do 1 minute. And these people know that that's like the deal.
It's a stand-up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aspiring comedians can sign up and they have a chance to do 1 minute. And then Tony and the guests like roast them and do like a little interview to learn about them.
Right.
And it gives them a chance to like get a little shine. And it's like funny and everything.
Sure.
And then he has like a few regular guys so that if everyone bombs, he at least has some people.
Right.
Anyway, he started doing this thing like Spice It Up where the first regular who like starts the show every time, he was going to have the new comedians that are up and coming challenge that guy, and if they were
for that
better,
position,
to be the regular opener,
right?
Anyway, they were doing it. It was kind of going good, and then it got to this guy that it seemed like could really actually be a legitimate threat and like maybe take it,
right?
And everyone was saying that they were gonna have the showdown to see. Because there was many like little battles to see if they could take it,
right?
But the most legitimate one was going to happen on New Year's, and they said it happened, and there was a contention over the audience cheered more for the new guy, and he probably should have won and taken over the regular ship,
right?
But everyone's saying that Tony, the host, was showing favoritism towards Hans Kim, which was the current regular,
right?
And that he just kind of they're saying like he never was gonna let Hans like lose his spot, and it's all just like, which I could see,
right?
It's just like it's a small like little gossip thing, but it's just one of those things.
That's
that,
a
like,
big deal though, because it's like I'm sure that's how Hans got his position, anyways, was through
kind of a similar type deal,
right?
It's like, are you still gonna be fair and like give people that are coming up their chance to shine, or you just kind of like changing how you're gonna treat things, and it's people are gonna be less likely to want to fuck with you and come up and like
because it's like what am I doing?
Is this legitimate?
Right?
And it almost like to draw a little parallel real quick and then you can go with it. It's like we think with the internet there's more chances for like organic shit to break through.
Right.
And I think that's true, but I almost wonder if now we're to a level of like with advertising dollars and then like there's certain things that are like politically correct you can and can't say.
Right.
If even now like because it used to be if you didn't know someone big like you couldn't get on TV if you didn't have a hookup with network television.
Right.
You couldn't become a rapper if you didn't know someone at a studio or with a
Right.
With a,
It's not what you know. It's who you blow.
back in the day. But now
Yeah.
we think with the internet, anyone can do a podcast, anyone can be a rapper, anyone can do this, and it's like that's true. But if you're still not plugged in with the right people, it's still controlled to a large degree, is what I'm saying. I'm thinking, and this is like a kind of a parallel to that, where like it seems like it could be organic on Tony's thing, and like he's gonna let there be challengers,
Right.
But really, even is it? And I mean, he's even picking the challengers, so it's not like anyone can challenge,
Right.
But is it really even more contrived, even though it seems like it's organic?
But here's the thing, like, and I can see both sides because it's like as somebody that's organic, that's a comedian, like that has an opportunity to shine and they do it and then they get dismissed.
Yeah.
I can see like the obviously I can see their side of the argument.
Yeah.
But the thing about like Tony, Joe Rogan, like all these guys that are in the positions, they've been in the industry long enough. They know what it takes to for that star, that one person to have that little the pizzazz. And if this guy has it, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure, honestly, it'll blow over like nothing.
Yeah.
But if he knows, and like, here's my thing: if Tony's like, hey, you know what, dude, you've been on this show long enough, like we know who you are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you half an hour, or I'll give you a 15-minute thing. Do your thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Groom, like I don't want to say groom. That sounds weird, but like you know what I mean? Like help this person start their career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then that way the next person has their opportunity to shine. And that guy that finally has that, you know, that shine that he's earned, it's up to him whether he makes it or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I think even by giving him the chance to like challenge Hans many times, like this whole thing has given that guy so much shine. And that guy has said that. I think he's like, even just by being on there and like all this and this and that, I've got so much shine and like it's helped me level up.
Yeah.
So I think I don't think there's any hard feelings from him.
Yeah.
But like a lot of fans are like, oh, they're like they got super into it. But that's
But I mean that
controversy sells. So
it does. It really does.
And Tony doesn't have to do anything. It's his fucking show. So you know whatever. But I just wanted to cover that and kind of see, you know. But it's I think it's kind of a non-factor, but
I'll be honest with you though, like his concept for the show
it's a pretty cool idea, right?
I've never seen one like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I've never seen one like it. So, yeah, I mean, we may have to check that out one day.
Yeah, it'd be cool to go.
Would you go on stage?
Like
if Tony,
I'm 50-50 on it. I
Really?
don't know. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I think I'm probably ready to just chill. Because, like, okay, if I was going to go on stage, I would want to actually give comedy a legitimate try.
Right.
But I think maybe a year ago I would have done it. But I feel like now that I'm doing the podcasting, I feel like I have too many things, like, because I wouldn't want to go just to do it. I would want to give comedy somewhat of a try. And like,
but here's the thing. I feel like when you're on stage like that, it's like it's added more pressure than like the norm.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know if you ever seen like an amateur stand up, like do like a. So I used to go to the.
I have from Kill Tony, basically, but not live. But I have on there. Like,
so believe it or not, I used to want to be a comedian.
Yeah.
I used to go to the Cap City Comedy over off of Anderson, like kind of Anderson, North Lamar area. Anyways, long story made short, I would go on Sundays and they would have amateur mic night, open mic.
Yeah.
And what they would do is you'd sign up and then you'd get, I think it's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Each person gets 5 minutes.
That's
and
rough, man.
Bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I've seen some really funny people and then I've seen some really not funny people.
Yeah.
I never got to go on stage because.
Oh, you didn't?
No. Oh, hell no, dude. Because that was a thing. So it's a couple things. One, you have about 25 comedians there. So already you're looking at a long night. It's probably 3 hours. So if you're like either halfway or like on the end, you'll get called, but everyone's going to be gone because they did their set and they took off. Oh. You know what I mean?
And there's just other comedians watching.
The other other comedians watching, and the other problem was that people would take others' jokes. You know what I mean? Like somebody would do, so you know what I mean? Like there would be a comedian that would like say something and then people would like take it or whatever. Ew. So, you know what
gross.
It happens. Well, how many times does it happen with the big guys?
Yeah, but they get called out for it. Like there's evidence.
Not immediately.
Yeah.
Not immediately.
You see what happened to Carlos Mencia? He's never.
Bro, look at Cedric the Entertainer right now, dude.
Yeah.
Like a lot of.
Cat Williams should have called him out back then.
A lot of skeletons are being like exposed right now. Are they getting pulled out of the closet by their ankles right now?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Yeah, but when you're doing amateur open mic night, like, you know, again, it's pressure. But then you're on Kill Tony, bro. Those fans,
you gotta have your jokes ready. You gotta make sure they're funny. So it's just,
it's not even the joke, yes.
Yeah, but it's your character,
Your
like being loose
delivery,
up there. Yeah.
like all that stuff.
Not giving a fuck.
Not
You have to get
giving
out
a
there and
fuck.
not give a fuck.
In 1 minute, bro, you gotta.
You can do it, but
You
you just gotta have that mind state.
I'm trying
Like,
to think.
I'm funny and I'm the shit and I don't give a fuck. If you go up there nervous, they're gonna eat you alive.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey.
It would just be a skill to perfect, but I got other stuff that I'm working on. So
I don't think I could handle the criticism.
and then like think about this, like I want to be like successful at this, and like I have things I want to be successful at. It's like I don't know if I spent time and perfected that what I want to be. I don't want to be up on a stage in front of people every freaking night. If I actually did get something cooking,
Yeah.
It's like if this got cooking, I could do this regularly. If that got cooking, I wouldn't want to do that sort of thing.
Because you got to think,
you know
man,
what I mean? Being in front of people.
Can you imagine being a big dog like that, and then like you said, somebody comes up and you're like, oh fuck, that good, that.
Or just having a meet and greet with people after the show and all.
Oh, I love that.
Stuff. So,
That'd be fun. I think that would be fun.
Yeah. It's just a whole nother life, but it's for some people.
Dude, those people, they live 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
they live 100 miles an hour. That's why they do the coke, because you gotta stay on your edge, bro. You gotta stay on your edge.
So you wanted to talk about aliens?
Well, not necessarily aliens, but there was this video that was disclosed to the public last week, or is it last week or this week? And apparently there was a UFO, not a UFO, but like an unidentified object that flew over a camp base, a U.S. camp base over in Iraq. And it's just like, they don't know what it is. There's video of it. I mean, it looks, it's just an object, like a weird object just floating and just drifting through the sky. And I've told you before, you know, I'm working at Lowe's. A lot of the, you know, when you're watering plants, you got a lot of time to think to yourself.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I've always done, or not always done, that I've done now that I never did before was look up, like look in the sky. And you'd be surprised at some of the shit that you don't really care for, but when you start being a little bit more observant, you're like,
yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like, I know you're not really big into aliens or UFOs for that matter, but it's just like, man, what the fuck is out there? You know what I mean? If it's not aliens, if it's not UFOs, you know, let's just go with the flat Earth theory, right? Like, is there not stuff out there that we're just not aware of? Do you think that's a possibility?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
Like, what could it be? I think you told me it was like angels or demons and stuff like that. Like, you can go into that realm,
Yeah.
if you really wanted to. But it's just like, even if that was the case, let's just say those are aliens and demons. Like, what are they doing? You know what I mean? Like, you're hovering around like Iraq. Like,
Yeah.
That's the spot you wanted to go to. Like, I don't know, man. I always feel like man, I always get tripped out by that or ghosts. Do you believe in? I don't think I've asked you. Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
None. You've never like you.
I've never seen one of you.
I felt one. I thought I told you the story. Long story made short. This was 2009. I was dating this one girl, and I went to her house, but she was living with her brother, and it was her brother, and they had their whole family at the house. And her brother told me, there's a ghost that lives in this house. And I thought he was just fucking with me, right? And he was like, yeah, like sometimes there's nights where they had a sliding glass door. And he goes, sometimes at night, when we get up in the middle of the night or in the morning, one of these chairs at the table it sits at the glass table. Like, it turns, like it's somebody's looking outside. And I was like, you know, I was a kid, like, you know, my not even 20s or whatever. And I was like, yeah, he's just fucking with me. Like, you know what I mean? This is in Round Rock.
Yeah.
And Round Rock has a very rich history with, like, Western stuff like that. And where they were living, I mean, it's pretty close to downtown. Yeah. Anyways, this one night, it was like a party or whatever. And things started to kind of, like, settle down. People were going home. I had a few drinks. So this is kind of where I'm like, maybe this was my mind, maybe this wasn't. But I remember I went upstairs to lay down. And when I lay down, I had a blanket, and I don't know if you do this, but I sleep with a blanket over my face or over my head. That's just a weird habit that I got into.
Fuck no.
I do that, but I put the blanket over my head. And I just remember I was laying down and I had my eyes closed, not really falling asleep, but I was just laying in bed, just kind of just relaxing. And all of a sudden, I don't know if you know that sound of like a foot on carpet, like it makes like a distinctive sound. Yeah, you know what I mean? Not like dragging your foot, but you can hear
like the steps. Yeah.
Right. And I heard it, and I thought it was my girlfriend at the time, but I was too like tired to even like pull off my blanket to look. I was just like, I just thought it was her in the room. And then all of a sudden I was laying down, and then I heard the steps go to the other side of the bed. So that's why I thought it was her. And then I felt like the bed kind of move, like somebody sat on it. You know what I mean? And like there was no noise or no nothing. And that's when I like pulled my blanket off and I looked and there was nobody there, and I fucking freaked out. And I ran outside. I opened the door, like the bedroom door, and I ran downstairs. And I was like, looking for my girlfriend at the time, and her brother was there. And I was like, hey, do you know where she's at? And he was like, she's not here. Like she went to go drop off her friend. And I was like, oh fuck. He goes, why? And I was like, dude, there was somebody upstairs like that sat on the bed. And he goes, I told you, dude. You thought I was fucking bullshitting, right? And I was like, after that, dude, I went home. I went home. I was like, right now I'm getting goosebumps talking about it though, because there was something there though. Like there was one of those.
You didn't want to confront it?
No.
At some point that would piss me off. I'd be like, all right, get the fuck out of here.
No, dude, no. Because I feel like when you do that, then they're like, oh,
I'm mad.
Well,
let's get mad and test our wills, because like I'll be scared for a second and then I'll get mad. It's like,
no, dude, I'm telling you.
You want to like intrude on my area? Because like in my mind it comes down to like willpower. It's like I don't invite these things, but like I feel like I'm stronger than them, and it's like I'm not gonna be scared because I feel like they prey on weakness. It's like you're gonna,
I'm sure they
only
do.
one of us can dominate this area, and it's not gonna be you. It's gonna be me. So get the fuck out of here. Like this is my room and my area.
I'm telling you, like, because here's the thing: the lights were on in the bedroom, right? It wasn't dark. If it was dark, it probably would have freaked out even much worse.
Yeah.
But the fact that like I said, I heard the steps like go around the bed, and I felt the bed shift, like somebody sat on it. And it was quiet. Like I said, like I was expecting her to say something or whatever. And then I pulled the blanket off my face and I look and there's nothing there. I'm like, fuck that. Like, dude, I was out, bro. I never went back in that house. I never went back in the house because I was like, that ghost, they know who I am. They're going to see me and try to fuck with me again. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm a believer in like paranormal type stuff. Like I think there's shit out there that we just cannot explain. Because you got to think when you die, right? Because even when we're alive, we're energy, right? We're energy.
That's what I'm saying. If you pulse at a strong enough thing, it might just drive them away.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't even know how to fight a ghost or what to say. Like you tell them to get out and then they don't. Well, then what's the next step? You know what I mean?
Like, I guess that's it. Get it on.
You're gonna fight a ghost?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Leave or fucking attack me and let's get it. Something's gonna happen. We ain't just gonna have you sitting on the bed there,
bro. Hey, you can have that fucking bed. I already got my rest in.
I'll be like, get the fuck out of here in Jesus' name, or show yourself. And if it doesn't do anything, then something's gonna shake. Like I'm not just gonna be creeped out.
No, I promise you, man. Like I think for me, it was more of the fact that nobody was there was what was freaking me out.
I'm here now, big dog.
Hey, bro. I'm telling you, man. But yeah, like I said, these UFOs, these aliens, man, like I said, I feel like in due time, we're going to find out, dude. It's coming to a point where we're going to have to.
You think they're going to tell you the truth about it?
They have to at this point.
No,
it's undeniable.
No, they don't.
It's undeniable.
They don't have to.
They don't have to, but we're going to keep pressing because it's like, dude, you can only hide shit for so long before it comes out. You know what I mean? Eventually, it's going to get to the point where they can't cover up everything. If let's just say these aliens were real and these UFOs were for real, what's stopping them from just showing up and just saying, hey, what's up, guys? We've been here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they want to show themselves, they're going to show themselves. But for some reason, maybe there's an agreement. Maybe there's something that we don't know about. And if we keep violating these agreements as, you know, human beings, stuff like that, they're going to come to the point where like, hey, you know what, dude, we try to work with you on shit, but you motherfuckers are just too unpredictable. Y'all ready to kill each other. We need to, like, you know, something's going to happen. I don't know. I feel like that's what it is. There might be some type of agreement. And again, this is pure crazy talk from my end, but I think the reason why we haven't seen them or they haven't been exposed yet is because there's some type of agreement that, you know, that we've, like a truce, if you will.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they're there, but again, like I said, they may not even exist at all. Who knows? But there's some shit out there that we don't know about. We don't know everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my 2 cents on that UFO thing. Could be aliens, could be demons.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it. It's just been like forced down our throat for so long. I'm sick of hearing about it, truth be told. I won't even be like, I'll just be like glad that it's over, like when the big reveal, but I'm not like, it's just like so old news. So old for me. Like the alien thing is just like, ugh. It's just like, I don't even know what to compare it to. It's just like, I don't know. Man. I'm sick of hearing about it already.
I'm not. Because you got to think, dude, like if it came true, like aliens were really here.
I know it's not real. That's why when it comes true, I'm just going to be like, y'all are deceived. Like,
so wait, you're telling me if aliens did not come, if aliens were exposed and they were for real, it wouldn't change anything for you?
That's
kind of a big fucking
what
deal.
They say about it.
That's a big fucking deal, dude.
Because they lied about the Earth, so it affects the whole thing.
Sure, but that's what I'm saying.
So everyone's gonna view it in like the wrong framing.
I mean, everybody's gonna have their own ways of perspective.
I know, but they've chose the frame of which you view it.
As far as what?
As far as like space, everyone thinks these things are from outer space.
But that's what I'm saying. They could be interdimensional. They could be.
They can't be. That's
they could be.
They cannot be.
Why not?
Because there's no such thing as space.
Okay, but what if they're? Let's put it this way. What if they were on this planet before us? Then what?
Yeah, that's probably more likely.
So then,
but they don't want you to believe that. They want you to believe these guys are from outer space, from somewhere else.
Well, I mean, think about it this way: if they're not here, present to where we can see them, they got to be somewhere. They're either in the water, where we the deepest parts of the water that we have yet to travel to, or they're up in the air. But they're not.
They're not up in the air.
I mean, who knows?
You can't travel away from here. There's nowhere to go.
What do you mean? You don't think they're like
there's no space? You can't travel to other places through space.
Well, not to Japan. You heard about Japan, right?
No, not anywhere. They can't go back to the moon. They
Japan
can't go to any other planet.
Just landed on the moon.
No, they did not.
Check it. It's on the news.
Where's the video footage?
Well, I don't know if they have video footage, but it was on.
Why
I just
not?
saw it on Instagram. I didn't search for it. I just saw it on Instagram.
They're liars, bro.
Why? You don't think you can reach the moon?
You can't.
Why not? It's not too far. It's visible enough to where we can see it. Why wouldn't we be able to reach the moon?
They say there's the Van Allen radiation belt, and they say we haven't been back there in like 50 years. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, why haven't we been back? One of the main reasons they say is because the Van Allen radiation belt. They say there's no way to go through there without getting cancer and like dying.
Man, we get cancer from all kinds of shit. That's not news. That wouldn't a
That's
radiation
their reason for it, though.
Radiation thing is not a
That's
reason for humans. That might be an excuse, but I mean, dude, we're around radiation all the time. Like you'd have to find something better than that. You know what I mean?
That was their excuse. So why they haven't been back in 50 years?
I don't know. You like the little go-kart that we used on the moon?
That's just a joke.
You've seen it though, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, dude, they had a whole ass fucking
and the shadows in two different angles. Like there's lighting. Like there's so many problems with the who videotaped it landing. They have a video of the moon rover landing. It's who the fuck did y'all drop someone off when y'all were coming by to land? And then like who filmed it landing?
I don't know, dude. But let's just say
who filmed it taking a back off?
What?
How did y'all call President Nixon from the moon?
Let's just say
get
this,
real,
right? Let's just
real.
say they get on the moon, right? Let's just say they in real time.
Houston, we have a problem. Y'all are dumbasses.
Logan.
I can't call somebody from the Rocky Mountains, but y'all think they called Nixon from the moon in the 70s. Y'all are fucked.
So no space travel.
By the way, NASA means to deceive in either Greek or Roman. One of those two. NASA means to deceive.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's something to think about. What do you think about SpaceX and all these other I think I mentioned at Central Texas we have Firefly, like these other companies that go into space. Because here's the thing, there's also there's a movie that's coming out. It's like it's the U.S. and the Russians, right? And they're in the International Space Station, the ISS.
When you do a live stream from the Earth to the moon the whole way without clipping it, I'll fucking believe you.
So the movie that I'm talking about, they're on the ISS, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden in the movie, there's like a nuclear attack on America and Russia. So they're like fighting each other. And then they tell the people inside in their own language, in Russian and English, like, hey, we need you to take over the ISS. And then they start looking at each other. It's an interesting concept, but it's just like, no, man. There's some questions that I have on the ISS. You know what I mean? Like, I know they film videos of like, oh, people want to know, if you cry, what happens to your teeth? Have you seen those videos? You know what I'm talking about,
Some
right?
of them, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know, man. Plus, on the wiring inside of that thing, I don't know if you ever looked at it, but bro, if they had electricians working on that thing, dude, it would not have looked like that. I promise you. Like, there's just wires everywhere and shit. I'm like, you fucking zip ties or anything? Like nothing.
It's bullshit. It's all bullshit.
I think there's a space. I think there's an outer space. I think so.
Why?
Because I think so. That's why.
Because the government's told you that.
No, because I think there's a space out there. I think there's actual stars and planets and shit like that is out there.
You can't travel to them.
Yeah, I can't travel to.
How come all the stars look the same size from here?
Do you believe
all the stars?
Do you believe
look
in
the same
India?
size.
Do you believe in India?
Yeah.
Why? Have you been there? It's a question. It's a fair question. Have you been to India?
No, bro.
Okay, but you believe in it? Do you believe in India?
Yeah.
Why? How do you believe in a country that you've never even seen before?
How many people have been to India?
How many people have been in space? Probably a couple hundred maybe by now.
And there's been millions that have been to India.
Right. But a couple hundred versus...
So there's a huge difference.
Well, yeah. What's the difference?
Huge.
What's the difference? What's the difference? One is on planet and the other's not.
But a lot of people have been to India. Not that many people have been to space.
But have you been to India?
No.
Okay.
But there's been enough people where I think I can take their word for it. There's a whole race and religion and all this shit. And there's all these people that have been there.
Right. And there's plenty of people that have gone to space. They came back.
No, there's not. It's under 1,000. There's all this documentation on India, spices and culture and language and all this shit. And there's not all that on
But
space.
have you been to India?
No, but did you hear the amount of people, the sample size?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you're
and
telling
people
me,
go to India all the time. People don't go to space all the time.
But you're telling me,
right? Is that right? Is that
but
right?
You just asked
so you're like
me,
trying to compare the two. There's no comparison.
Yeah, there's
There's no comparison.
You just
no,
asked me if I.
People all the time go to India.
What was your question you asked me earlier? Have you been to space? Right? That was your question.
Yeah.
And I asked you.
Okay, and then we changed it to how many people have been to India, how many people have been to space. It's not even close.
My question was the same as yours.
I know, and then we changed it.
No, you did, not me.
Okay, I changed it to get more specific.
Okay. But
neither one of us have been to space.
Answer was
neither one of us have been to India.
But the answer was still the
there's
same.
a lot of people that have been to India.
Was the answer still the same? Yes or no?
And then we changed it because that was too broad.
No, you changed it.
Yes, I'm changing it because that was too broad.
I said
you
that
don't like
people,
it. That doesn't matter. It was too broad.
You said. I asked you specifically. Have you been?
Why
to
are
India?
you? Oh, bro.
So
you don't think there's a difference in the proportion of people that have been to space and have been to India? That's not even disputable.
Why?
Because it's easier to go to India.
No shit.
Okay, so way more people have been there.
But you take it for
that doesn't
people,
matter
why
it's easier. It's just the fact that it is easier, right?
Let me say this. Hold on. Hold on. Let me talk. Hold on.
Point.
So
well,
you go.
Yes
you said. Hold on. You said
won't
this.
say yes or no before you move on.
About what?
Yes.
It's easier to get to India. You said it's easier to get to India than space, right?
It doesn't matter. The fact is that more people have been to India.
So I told you. I said if I was to believe in space, it's because plenty of people have gone there. They've given their testimony. Spaces they're out there.
What is plenty of people to you?
A couple 100,000. Who knows? But here's the thing. You asked me if I've been to space. I said no. I asked you if you've been to India. You said no. But you said, but I've taken plenty of people's word for it to exist, right? That's what you told me. Did you not say that?
You're gonna have to prove your point because I'm not gonna help you prove your point when it's
Because
like,
if I was to say, well,
this
there's
flawed
there's
logic.
plenty of astronauts, there's plenty of pilots that have gone to space, and then they came back and they given their testimony.
There's not plenty though.
I'm
there's
sure
under 1,000.
Google it.
There's under 1,000.
Google it.
You Google it. I'm saying there's under 1,000.
Let me
You don't
see.
even have a number.
Let's find
There's
it.
under 1,000.
I said a
people that have
couple
been to
hundred. I
space.
said a couple hundred. Let me see. How many people?
And there's millions that have been to India. It's not even close.
Let me see. Have been to space. We'll just keep it generic.
And how many of those people are also in the government? It's like,
Okay. So as of November 7th, 2023, which is last year, 676 people have journeyed to space by the U.S. definition. An annual 4% went beyond Earth orbit. Okay, so 86%. Hold on. The majority of astronauts went to space. 86% complete the journey with at least one orbit around the Earth, and then with an additional 4% that went beyond Earth, right? So like International Space Station. My point is this. Do I believe in space? I believe in space.
you shouldn't,
Why?
because there's no good evidence.
I think there's quite a bit of evidence.
No, there's not.
There's not evidence that you like, but there's quite a bit of evidence that suggests that
It's
there's
not
an outer
good
space.
evidence.
To you.
To most people,
To
if you were
you.
sober minded.
I think anybody that's Googled or looked into space, I'm sure they
You're
would
just
be like,
believing the government, taking their word for it.
and you believe random strangers about what?
I'm going again. I'm gonna have to come with my facts, but like it's not okay to believe
I'm
in
not.
space.
I'm not
It's
saying.
not okay.
I'm not saying India or
Space and dinosaurs are for little kids. Grow up.
I'm not saying India is a fake place, right? I'm with you on that. Like it's a country, right? It's an actual country.
No shit.
But-
And there's how many people have
but
been
your
to
question-
India?
but your question
How many
to
people
me-
have been to
your
India?
question-
Answer that.
your original
Answer
question-
that.
what?
How many people have been to India?
I'm sure billions.
Millions.
But you said
so it's not comparable.
Your original
is it?
question
No,
to
it's
me
not.
was, "Have you been
I know,
to space?"
and then we had to
And
get
then
more
I asked
specific because
you-
that was way too general.
I asked you
if you're
if you've
clinging
been
to
to-
that, you're sad.
Am
That's
I?
sad. Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
Because that argument is so broad that it proves your point. When we actually bring it to something that's more comparable and that actually makes more sense. Have you been to space? Have you been to India? Those are like. That's so broad. Okay, no, I haven't been to either one.
But you believe in India, right?
Yes, because there have been millions, not under 1,000, millions.
But why is it under 1,000?
There are still things that are made. In
Why is it under 1,000 though? Why is it under 1,000 people that have traveled to space?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does. You know why? Because it's expensive as fuck when
That
you're putting a
doesn't matter.
rocket up
That's
there.
irrelevant to this point. The point
What do
is
you mean?
number of people.
I could buy a ticket to India for $500
I know.
versus
The value of the point is number of people that have been to said location, not how easy it is.
do you
Who
think
gives a fuck? That's irrelevant.
actually it would be very relevant because
it's
if it was
not.
easy
No,
to go
it's
in space,
not.
do you think if it was easy to go in space, more people would
We're
be
talking
visiting
about
there?
what we believe because of the number of people that have been there, not how
Mm-hmm.
easy it is. We don't give a fuck about that in this scenario.
But what I'm saying is if it was easier, you don't think more people would be in space?
That's not the argument, though. That is not the argument. That is irrelevant.
Okay, what are you talking about now? Because you're switching it up.
Why do we believe something? Because the number of people that have been there, not how easy it is to accomplish.
Do you think 600 people is a small fraction of people, or do you think it's quite a
Yes,
bit?
that's small.
600
Yes,
people.
yes,
How much do you think
yes.
it costs to put all?
How
those
many of
people
those
up
are
there?
government? Are in the government?
All of them. Do you think they're gonna put some regular Joe Schmo in a fucking rocket that's going 400,000 miles an hour? Nobody can do that shit. Like you have to have trained profession. You have to be trained professionally to even sit in that fucking cockpit. Like you and I would, if we were going there, dude, we would die because we're
Here's
not
the
trained
thing
for
about
that.
flat Earth: you have to wanna not believe the government to
Mm-hmm.
start accepting the facts. If you don't want to distrust the government, you're never gonna believe it. I don't
Okay.
give a fuck anymore. Believe whatever you want to believe.
Okay.
But you're believing a lie. If you believe in the space and aliens, you're believing a lie. If it's a certain type of mind frame, if you don't want to like question and like look at the alternative facts, you're always gonna believe the government. But you're dead wrong. They're liars. They've been
Mm-hmm.
liars. Everyone that goes to space is a government fucking agent. It's
Let me ask you this: before you believed in flat Earth, did you believe in the round Earth theory? Like when we were kids, right?
yeah,
Like,
but I just never thought about it.
but you believed it. You didn't think of
I
this.
mean, yeah, but I just never thought about it.
Right. But
Or I did, but not very much. And yeah, I just accepted that. But when I was presented with flat Earth, and the more and more I heard about it,
Mm-hmm.
Like the first time I heard about it, I didn't say there's no way this can happen. I was like interested, open to it.
Right.
The more I heard, the more it made sense. The
Right.
more they were critical of the other thing, and it came to a point where I was like, there's so many holes in their theory. There is absolutely no way that it could be real.
Right.
There's no way.
What was like? Let me ask you this: upon doing your own study, because I know you've studied quite a bit on this flat Earth, what was the nail in the coffin for you?
This is basically common knowledge. The North Star does not move.
Okay.
Or they'll say what the globe earthers will say is that it moves like a fraction of it barely moves. But it doesn't move. The North Star does not move. And they'll say, well, it's so far away from us, it just appears to not move or whatever bullshit. But the North Star does not move, and it has not moved for thousands of years. And the constellations,
which you don't believe in.
no, I do. I just don't believe they're what they say. The constellations, the star patterns, they have not shifted. They go over our heads in a circle, but they have not moved out of alignment or changed in thousands of years. That does not line up on the space globe Earth model. The North Star would not be in the same spot, and all the constellations would not still be the way they are over thousands of years.
Right.
If space and the globe and space is ever expanding in every direction. And there's all this, it just doesn't line up.
So I guess help me understand. So do you believe in planets, yes or no?
No.
Okay. But you believe in stars?
I know the planets are a thing, but I don't, like, none of that stuff is physical. You can't go there.
Okay, but my question is, I guess, since you don't believe in planets per se, or stars, then to the flat Earth theory, what exactly are they in that concept?
We don't know.
But you acknowledge them.
Yeah.
Why would you acknowledge something that you don't know? That's to me kind of confusing.
It's like we know the bottom of the ocean's there. We don't know what's there. It's like, come on, bro. We know the stars are there. We can fucking see them. We don't know what they are. Is that so hard? We see them. We don't know what they are. It's simple.
But you don't think that at any point in time they'd be like, okay, well, I mean, like, how do you not know what they are? Like, if
we
you
can't go up there. We only have so much money. Like, come on now.
Do you think telescopes are real?
Yeah, but look through a telescope and tell me what you see.
I mean, it looks like a big shiny.
Have you ever looked through one?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you.
It looks like what?
Like just a little fucking moving thing.
Yeah, it doesn't look like what they say on TV.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't look like a Dallas Cowboys star, but like, I guess what I'm saying.
It looks like light shining through water.
Right. So then, is that what it is? Are we like under a fucking ocean?
How come all the stars look pretty much the same size? None of them look bigger or smaller, really. They all look the same size.
That's a good fucking question.
They're all the same.
That's a good fucking question.
They want you to think those are all stars that are different sizes and different distances away and galaxies and all. That's bullshit. They're all pretty much the same fucking size.
If you saw like two cars coming at you from like different distances, would you be able to tell which one's closer or no?
I mean, I don't know.
Like, let's just say for the sake of the question, you got one car that's a mile away and another one that's like 2 miles down the road, and they're both shining their headlights at you. Are they still going to appear the same, or would one look a little bit more faint than the other? Like, you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? I guess what I'm getting at is everything in space is going to be an optical illusion no matter which way you look at it. Even if it was like for instance, the moon. There's times where, and I think I've talked to you about this, where the moon, it almost looks like you can fucking touch it.
How come there's other planets that are like really big and that are closer to us than the sun? How come we never see those like big in the sky?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. See, there's so many shit that
there's shit like that we don't ever. I just now thought about that right the fuck now.
Yeah.
Because even though I love this shit and think about it more than the average person, I still have a life. I still have problems and things to think about. And like, because we're so used to like how they present it, we get stuck in that mind frame. Like, you don't even. I just now thought of that. There's other Mars and Venus and shit are between us and the sun, so they're closer to us than the sun, and they're bigger than us or relative size to Earth, and we never see them in the sky.
I think Mars is way smaller than Earth.
But it's way bigger than.
In fact, it's the smallest planet in the solar
But it's bigger
system.
than other stuff, and like Venus is similar to our size. We never see Venus that like big in the sky.
Yeah.
It's always like a little. It looks similar to the other star, like size of the other stars.
Yeah.
The planets never look. It's like all these little inconsistencies, and then they have like little bullshit reasons, like explain it away, which are lies.
But to be fair, like if we're looking at like let's just say a skyline from a city, right?
Yeah.
Like Austin, you can see Austin from like Burnett and 183, like on the thing. The buildings look small. You can do this with your finger and cover it.
Yeah. So what?
So distance does play a factor into what size looks like.
Yeah,
right?
distance.
So let's just say we saw Jupiter. We know Jupiter for a fact is way bigger than the Earth. But if it was, let's just say a certain amount of distance.
The sun,
yeah.
how big it is and how close and how it looks.
Yeah.
And then think about like Venus and like how, you know, it's like it's still pretty big, but it's closer.
Yeah. That is interesting because the sun is fucking huge compared to like all the planets that we have. I mean, it's way bigger, but
and like we see the moon. It's just like I don't know.
You know, honestly though, now you mentioning it now. I mean, there's times where the moon is visible and it looks about the same damn size as the sun.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
They say that that's just because they're the right distance away and like it just lines up that way.
Sure.
I mentioned this, and this one's you really got to think about it, but like just try to conceptualize it. Like they say that, okay, like let's say the stars are what they say they are and the moon is what they say they are. And what makes what turns night and day is the earth spinning, right?
Right.
Because here's the sun and my fist is the earth and when and the sun's hitting it, so what turns night to day is the earth spinning, and that's, you know, on this side of my fist it's night and on this side of my fist it's day, and that's what's changing night to day, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's say facing this way it's nighttime.
Okay.
Facing that way this is the sun, and so we see all these stars in the background, and the North Star is like over here, and the all whatever, and then the moon's right here. So when you're like, let's say where my thumb is like where we are in North America, so we're in daytime, and then we're turning, and about here we get to night, and we see the moon over here. And then like all the stars are behind the moon, like in the backdrop, right?
Right.
So if you conceptualize that from Earth, when we spin and it turns to night and the moon comes up in the sky, the fact that it's turning nighttime and the fact that the moon is rising are both according to the globe model, because the earth is spinning, right? Because here's the moon, here's the sun. We spin away from the sun, and then we come over here and we're seeing the moon in the sky, right?
Right.
And it's the earth spinning that's making that happen. And then the stars are in the backdrop. So if that's true and we're like this, the stars that are in the backdrop behind the moon, as we're spinning, it should appear to be moving together to us.
Right.
Even though those stars might be real far away, if those stars are like way over there where your TV is, like way behind us, and the moon's here, it would still look like from here that stuff is moving over our heads together.
Right.
But if you look in the night sky, the moon and the stars do not move visually together the way that it would seem it would on their model. It would seem like, because the earth spinning is what moves the moon across our sky, and also what they tell us would have to move the stars across our sky.
Right.
But it doesn't fucking work that way. The moon and the stars move independent of each other.
I have to look, because honestly, I have looked at night and I have seen stars like change from when I first saw them. You know what I mean? So I know. So I know for a fact stars. I don't know if the star is moving or if it's us rotating, but I have seen point where I'm like, I can see a set of stars and then, but not like seeing them move, but like I'll do something and I'll look up and those same set of stars do move. To, you know, that new spot, and it doesn't happen like instantly, but like I said, it's over time. My question is though, it's like, okay, if those are stars, hypothetically speaking, right? Those stars out there should have their own solar systems based off of our model.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, if they're that far away and they have their own planets, then, you know, what the fuck are we doing? Like, who, you know what I mean? Like,
how come none of those stars look bigger than the other, like any, like, you know how our sun's like a certain size?
Yeah.
There's none that are like, most stars are like,
yeah,
whatever size they are.
Well, the nearest star from us is like light years away.
There's none in between those sizes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you would think there'd be at least one or two that were like,
oh, I see what you're saying.
you know, like in between the little bitty twinkle and our sun. It's like we don't see none.
Why don't we have more stars in our system? We should, I
or
mean,
more that do more than twinkle twinkle.
Right.
We should have one or two that are like, oh damn, that was a little more than a twinkle. Like you can tell that one's a little closer.
Yeah.
Right. Or like that it might be the same distance as the other one, but that one's a bigger sun. That one's a super sun, and you can tell like some stars twinkle just a little brighter than others, but like they're all in the same category.
Well, here's the thing.
You know, none of them stand. You can't, other than like the North Star.
Right.
None of them are like, oh, that's that one. You know what I mean? Like that's clearly that one.
Well, they have like Like
No,
they say,
do, but you know what I'm saying. Like none of
Yeah,
them really.
here's the
stand
thing,
out.
though,
if you're an amateur, you can't tell. You know what I'm saying? Like
So what do you think about when people say like the stars are projecting light, and it could be already dead thousands of years
that's
ago?
just some bullshit. I don't think they know anything about that.
You don't think so? You
It's
think?
so far away. It could be dead. It's like okay, it could be. Who like that? You're just saying something right now.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you don't know how it works because it's light travels that far away. It could be dead by now, and it's like, okay, what is that? What is that? What are you getting accomplished by saying that? Nothing.
Because it's time travel.
I know they're just trying to like convolute it more to tell
you believe in it,
your
though?
mind's too stupid
Do you
to
believe in
understand.
it, though?
Time travel?
No, well, time travel or the possibility that light is gone, but what we're seeing are the remnants of it from let's just say 2,000 years ago, right?
No, I don't believe that kind of shit.
You don't? Not even time travel? Is time travel a possibility, you think?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's either yes or no. I mean, you either think it's a possibility or not. Yeah, I could say I don't know to a lot of shit, but I mean...
Yeah, I mean, it's just so complicated.
Is it, though?
Yeah, because when you, like... Because it gets into the whole things can't be created and destroyed. So it's like when you leave this time period, where are you in between? Like when you leave this one and then you show up in the other one, where is your body in between? And like when it disappears from here, like when is it here and when is it there? And then if you leave this time and go back to another time, you're not. I guess you're not in the current timeline. You're in the past or in the future. But then, like when you go back to the current timeline, it gets real weird on if it's even the same timeline anymore, because as soon as you leave, it becomes something a little different. And we don't even fully, I don't think we fully even understand that.
Have you been in a House of Mirrors before?
No, but it's like almost an alternative timeline.
It's a weird thing. Like if you're in a House of Mirrors, you can do this and you can see it, not like a really huge, like, oh my God, but for a fraction of a hair of a second, there's like a little time delay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think I don't think time travel is real. I'll just say that. But there are some things that that makes you wonder, go, maybe there is something out there that we could, like, if we really, 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 really wanted to as humans, if we had some weird Dr. Evil type character that was out there that really had the time and the funding for it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past us.
I think it probably is real, but like as soon as you travel, you can't go back to the.
Oh, fuck no.
You make a new time, like you affect reality, so you can't go, like, if you leave right now and go back and do some other stuff.
Like Back to the Future.
It just gets weird.
Like Back to the Future, right? Like, here's the thing, like they made it a very extreme, like, important point that you do not want to meet your parents, right? Because that could alter anything.
Yeah, we just don't know what happens. It's weird.
It is weird, man. It's like, man, like, again, let's just say time travel was real.
I think if you left this reality, you could never come back to this reality. Like, if you went back in time, because then you affected, like, you would be able to come back. I don't know. It just gets weird. Maybe it's not real. I don't know. It's hard to say.
But like I said, I think if we had some crazy dude that had the money to do it, it could be done. I think us as humans, we're capable of doing what we think is impossible. We just need the time, the money, and the resources.
No, some things we might think impossible, we later find out are. But I do think there is a such thing as, like, this is impossible. You can never do it. We don't know what that boundary is yet, but I think that boundary is there.
Like, what are like, give me an example of something that's like that right now.
Like, that might be one of the things that, like, we don't know yet, but I feel like that might be a boundary. And like creating new life, I feel like that might be a boundary. Like, we're gonna get really close, and we might be able to clone life, but to create new life, I don't think, we just don't know yet.
I mean, technically speaking, they're doing it with AI, right?
But you don't know if it's gonna be sustainable.
What do you mean?
You don't know if it's gonna be successful, if it's gonna kill itself, if it's gonna kill us.
AI?
Yeah.
If it becomes sentient, it can do whatever it wants. Like, if it gets to the point,
but if it ends up killing itself for us, then is it really a successful creation?
Well, yeah,
no.
Because you created.
That's like if God created us and then we ended up dying out or killing him, it'd be like, well, was that successful creation?
I mean, there's plenty of historical events that say that. But my thing is this: like, if you create like an AI that's sentient, right? That's aware, that that fully is aware of feeling, joke telling, love, all this stuff. Like, if it was able to come to real life, you basically
I don't think you can do that. That's my point. I think there's a limit there. You can't make them. I don't think you can make a machine have like feelings and stuff like that.
You don't think it would be curious?
Yeah, but that's different than having feelings.
I think curiosity is a feeling. I mean, I think it. And people get, you know.
It's.
I mean, I'll say I'm reaching saying that, but just the fact to have like an AI even do such a thing.
Like transgenders, we're trying to say men and women can be like you're born in the other body. You can. That's a lie. You can't do that. That's a boundary. You if you're born a woman, you're a woman. If you're born a man, you're born a man. You cannot. You're not born in the wrong body, and we cannot change you to the other one. That's just wrong. You can't do it. It's a limit.
I mean, they have surgeries for it,
and it doesn't work.
As far as what, like
procreate, a transgender woman is not the same as a woman.
You mean in the sense that they don't have babies, right? Like they can't conceive a child.
Facts.
But that's the biggest one.
Their bone density is not the same.
Right.
Like a lot of things. Like
right.
Their hormones are not the same. That's why they have to try to take stuff to get it that way. It's not the same. Their chromosomes are not the same. They don't clean their private parts the same. Like if there's a promiscuous woman who's a normal woman, it's not going to be the same as a transgender who's ran through a promiscuous, because I bet that's a lot harder on your private area to keep clean. It's hard enough for a woman that's sleeping with a bunch of dudes to stay clean. If you're a transgender that's sleeping with a bunch of dudes, Lord have mercy, I bet it's hard to keep clean, because that thing is not a woman's thing. Naturally pushes stuff out and cleans itself.
Right.
That thing you got, newsflash, it don't do that because it's not natural.
Yeah.
It's a hot pocket. It's gross, dude. Like it's
I
not.
wish you didn't say hot pocket.
But it's not. There's a boundary there. We think we can do. It's like you can't outdo nature or God, however you want to look at it. Like there's a boundary there. You can't do it. You think you can. You can't.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that, but I do think there are people that feel a certain type of way.
Yeah, they're wrong. You can feel whatever way you want. You'd be wrong, dead wrong.
Maybe they are, but I don't doubt that there's people out there that do feel like maybe there's something that's different about them that, you know, but that's for them. I mean, we can't necessarily tell them what it is. I mean, that's their own. If they want to, you know, do that to themselves, and you know, God bless them, more power to them. But
no.
Well, I don't necessarily have anything against it. I know you do. I know you do. I don't. I think people have the freedom to if they want to do whatever.
You think people have the freedom to do the wrong thing?
What? People have the freedom to, they got free will to do stuff.
But if it comes back to that thing we did on the Rapper's Lion thing, but if you know better, you should do better. And if we know something is wrong and detrimental and against the truth, you can do what you want, but let's not promote it, and let's tell these people, if that's your lifestyle choice, go right on ahead.
That's what I just told you, yeah.
But we act like we take the stance of like, we're not going to tell them it's wrong. We're not going to hurt their feelings. No, I'm going to tell you it's wrong and tell the world it's wrong. So we're not going to act like you're a hero.
Right.
That is not a good, way to be.
But what is your opinion to them?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you think they care about your opinion? Like if you're literally just one ear out the other, people are gonna do whatever they want. You can talk, you can preach.
But I care about society. You can be a fat piece of shit if you want, but we cannot tell the kids that it's cool to be obese.
Right. You can, yeah, for sure.
But we tried to with the Lizzo thing.
But are you going to slap food out of kids' hands and this and that? You can't do that.
I'm going to tell kids it's not healthy to be fat.
Right.
And I'm going to tell them, these people are lying to you, but see the results. Same thing with the transgenders. It's not cool to be transgender.
Right. To you, though.
No, in real life, it is not cool to be transgender. Their depression rate is amongst the highest. It's comparable to Jews in the time of World War II.
Right.
A lot of them regret having it.
You don't even believe in World War II or the Holocaust. Didn't you tell me that you didn't believe in the Holocaust? You said it was fake?
No.
I thought you did. You said that was a... wait, so you believe in the Holocaust? You think that 6 million Jews got killed? If you're going to be comparing that,
I don't know. We would have to do a deep dive.
Well, what I'm getting at is, if
I don't
you're
have a hardcore stance on that either way.
But my point is this: you can't be comparing that if it's something that you don't even believe. You see what I'm saying?
You can.
No, because if you're comparing it to something that you don't believe, then that means absolutely nothing.
Okay, I don't even have to compare it to that. Right. Their suicide rates are among the highest ever.
The
only other thing comparable is this thing that may or may not have happened. If we exclude the Holocaust, or just like, it is tied with the highest, that being the highest. So if you take that out, it's the highest suicide.
Okay.
They're the highest suicide group, transgenders.
Okay.
And like a lot of them, I forget what the number is, but like there's a high percentage of people that wish they could reverse it. Their suicide rates are the highest, or among the highest.
Okay.
They're depressed.
Right.
They have to take hormones to do it. Like there's all these negatives.
Right.
And like before this time where we have all this surgery and pills, you couldn't just do this. This is not natural.
Well, I mean, transgenderism has been around for a while. It's not like it just became an overnight sensation.
But back in the day, you were
Right.
you were a transvestite. Because
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. Because back then you just had to dress up and do your best. You couldn't chemically do anything. They weren't having surgeries for the most part. It's like a lot more accepted and like available now.
Okay.
And it's popularized now.
Right.
LGBTQ and all this shit.
Right.
No hate speech.
Right. But I guess
it's not in line with the truth. It's lies.
Okay. But everybody doesn't necessarily line up with the truth to begin with.
But that's the best case scenario. I was having a conversation with my friend the other night. We were talking about absolute morality and is there really what's really right and wrong and like blah 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 and it's all in your head and like a deep morale conversation.
Sure.
What was I going off of that? What were we just talking about?
You said something about transvestite. That now it's more popularized for transgenderism.
Where I was going with that, but just like. Fuck, something about morally right or wrong. Oh, it's morally wrong. Like it's we were having this talk about morality, me and my friend, and then he got to say like, what is morals? Like because we don't agree on like religion as based on your morals. So he's like, what is morally right or wrong?
Right.
Like it's all in our heads and like there really isn't any morals. And I was like, being in line with the truth is where it's at and like is morally right. And like you see when things are in line with the truth, things go better and society is better and individuals are better and happier and more well off versus when we're more in line with like lies and deceit and like in the society we live today we're lied to so much and everything's a lie. Depression, even overall depression rates are up, suicide's up, everyone knows that everything's a lie and no one's happy with their life anymore. It's because we live all these lies. It's like when society and individuals are in line with the truth, society does better and individuals do better. So it's this thing where like transgenderism being, can you do that if you want to? Yes. But saying that's the way to be and that's better is a lie. And we're seeing it play out.
But that would be according to them though, right?
According to who? It is not better to be a transgender.
Okay.
You're not born in the wrong body. That doesn't happen. Like the lies, stop with the lies.
Okay.
You know, like these people that are transgenders, most of them are not happier. They regret it afterwards. And I would want to look it up, but there's very few women that transition to men. Almost all of them are men transitioning to women because women live easier lives.
That would be an interesting stat to look at. That I'm not aware of.
Yeah.
My thing is this.
No one wants to become a man because it's hard to become a fucking man.
Even men have difficulty being men. My thing is this, like I said from earlier, you know, I think people should have the ability to do what they want. We live in a country that has those rights. And if somebody wants to do that, then, you know, then that's what they're going to do. There's nothing that you can...
But we can't act like it's the way to be when it's not.
That's fine. You don't have to you don't have to agree with it, but...
But we're acting like it's the way to be.
No, not everybody. I think everybody has their...
No, come on now. Like I said, in the LGBTQ and like how they're protected, you can't talk shit about them and all this pride.
You can talk shit all you
Can't,
want.
dude.
You can.
They're one of the protected classes.
And there's a lot of protected classes, but you can still talk shit about anybody.
But
you can talk shit about...
Is it more acceptable to talk shit about white people or transgenders? You have this like everyone can get attitude, but it's like it's popular to talk shit about white people. It's like against popularity to talk about transgenders.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, come on now.
I don't know.
The fact that you don't have a pushback to that pretty much.
No, I mean,
says it all.
Let's put it this way: if we're out with a group of friends, who's going to crack on who? Are you going to point at a white dude, or are you going to point at a dude that's dressed in a woman's outfit? Which one are you going to crack on first?
People are going to crack on the white dude first.
Bullshit.
It's more socially acceptable.
Bullshit.
Yes,
Do not even play. Logan, you're telling me if you hold on. You're telling me if we're out with a group of people.
Are you talking about nobody can hear you or like out in the open and loud?
Doesn't matter. If there's just a dude, if it's just the dude with some Crocs on, and then there's
how many did we when we went to that fucking Buffalo Wild Wings and there was a waitress called Logan, none of us made a fucking joke out loud because it's like, bro, we know how this is gonna fucking go. We made jokes to each other and shit, but we were like,
but did you point at the white dude that was eating his fucking wings across the room? No, you were talking. Again.
No, yeah, but in quiet though. We didn't.
It doesn't matter. My point is this: you just asked me a question. You said if we saw a white dude, or you said who gets cracked on first, the white person or a transgender? I said transgender. You're telling me a white dude.
But we have to do it on the down low. That's my point.
It doesn't matter. You just said
it does. That tells you what society is more protected of them.
Listen, you had the option to crack out loud if you wanted to.
Oh, I know,
but you didn't.
Because I don't want to deal with some fucking emotional reaction.
It doesn't matter. You again, like I said, you just asked me which one would get pointed out first. I just said if.
But you're trying to act like they're equal to everybody, and they're not.
As far as what?
They don't want to get treated equally.
Transgenders don't want to get treated equally?
No, they want preferential treatment.
I think everybody would like that. Everybody would like some preferential treatment. You bullshitting me?
Don't you think?
There's so many different people out there that are like
that want this. Just want to be treated like everyone else.
Oh, come on now. You think we have fucking national what is it? Hispanic Heritage Month and all this bullshit. Everybody wants their fucking their shine. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think everybody has, whatever that they got going on, but I mean, let's be honest. Like I said, people should have the freedom to do what they want. As long as it's not affecting or hurting anybody, then yeah, like I said, this is why America is the way that it is. You know what I mean? People flock over here because you have that liberty. You can't do that shit in North Korea. You can't do that shit in Russia. Like they'll kill you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I like I said, we dog on America as much as we do, but I mean, this is the only country that you can actually, you know what I mean?
You can actually what?
Like do what you want. If you want to be a woman, shit, you can do it. And again, you can preach to them what's wrong and what's right.
It's
and this
wrong
and that.
though.
According to you.
No, according to the truth.
The truth, whatever you want to say, the truth.
Can these people have babies?
No. Scientifically,
so they can't
no.
be a woman. They're not the same as a woman. You can treasure. No, you can't. You cannot.
You
can be a weird freakazoid.
Sure, but I mean,
we can't treat these people like, oh, it's a woman that transitioned. She's a hero for doing something brave. It's like, no, you're a weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
Don't act like a hero. Don't act like you're a woman. You're not.
But here's
the
thing:
weirdo,
everybody's going to say something about everybody.
You're a weirdo.
Somebody's going to always say something.
But
about
you're not
you,
a hero.
What.
We're not going to look at Jade and say he's Mr. Olympia. He's out of shape.
Right,
you're not a hero when you're a transgender. You're not a woman. You're not a brave woman. You're a fucking
that's a terrible
weirdo.
Example. Though.
No, it's
if Jade was to hop on like a bodybuilding competition, and we're like, dude, what are you doing? Then I could see your argument. But he's not.
That's what these people are trying to say, that they're heroes and shit.
I don't think they all think that they're heroes.
Yes, they do.
Maybe there might be some, but I don't think they all think that they're heroes. I think
if you talk shit about them and try to give them like just like everyone else, they're gonna say you're bullying and hate speech and all this shit.
Yeah, anybody's talking shit about anybody. Like what?
But
the
you
fuck?
said everybody can get it. They don't want to.
Yeah.
They don't want to be treated just like everyone else. They don't have everyone. When Dave Chappelle was riffing on them and making jokes, because that's the new big thing. Like like when there's a new thing, that's what everyone's gonna talk about. And make
the
jokes
cancel
about.
Culture.
Yeah, they tried to cancel him for that. It's like, don't y'all want to be treated like everyone else and get it just like everyone else? It's like, no, you don't. You want to have this protected status where no one can talk shit about you. You're not just like the fat people and the short people and the nerds that everyone can talk crap about.
Yeah.
No one can talk shit about you. You're over here with the Jews where no one can make a joke about you.
Yeah.
You want to be like everyone else that people can joke about? It's like, no, y'all are special. Y'all are protected. It's like, why? Because when you try to take something away from ridicule and talking about it, you know there's something going on there. Because it's like when something gets talked about and ridiculed, then we can be critical, we can discuss it, and then maybe we might see the problems with it and get somewhere. But when you can't talk about something, that's when you allow problems to fester.
What are your thoughts on, like, for instance, I know you have your opinions on transgender, right? And it's like I guess for me it's like you're like, it's not the truth, it's not right, this and that, right? So then where do you draw the line on what's the truth, right? So let's just say, like, for instance, immigration, right? You got people that come across the border, this and that. Do they not deserve like to be treated like humans because they're not citizens? You know what I mean?
I mean, what specifically are you asking?
So, like, do people get treated differently because of the social, like, with the status of what they receive? So, For instance, like just because somebody comes across the border illegally, do they get treated less of a human because they're not an American citizen?
Do I get treated less than a human when I break the law?
As far as what?
If I'm over here and I do anything against the law, do they treat me less than human?
No, because you still have rights. You can still get an appeal.
But but if I get pulled over and I'm breaking the law, they're going to take me to jail. It doesn't matter what anything else. Breaking the law and they want to, they're taking me to jail.
Right.
Just like these illegals. If they come across the border illegally, it doesn't, if the cop wants to, it does not matter. You're going to jail. You're going to face, you broke the law. You knew just like me, if I'm smoking weed and a cop pulls me over and he wants to take me to jail, I knew the risk.
Right.
I broke the law.
Right.
I'm going to jail.
But my question is,
they know the
do they
risk.
get
They're
treated-
breaking the law.
should they
They
get
get treated just like criminals over here do. We have to face the consequences
Right.
and go to jail and do whatever the
But
laws
why should
are.
they get that treatment though?
Because they did it. They broke the goddamn law.
No, I'm saying like, why should they still get treated as humans?
Because
Why can't we just shoot them on sight?
because they are humans. They broke the law. There's a
So
legal
what's the difference
recourse.
between a transgender and that? Like, they're still
We're
human,
treating them
they're
like
still-
human, but tell them they
Okay.
are
There
wrong,
you
just
go.
like other people. You are fat. You are fat.
Mm-hmm.
You're a transgender, and that's not natural and it's wrong. I'm gonna tell you. It doesn't mean I hate you, but I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you you're a hero.
Yeah.
What the fuck? No. You can still be told no in 2024. Who knew? No. That's my safe word. No, you're not going to rake me into voting for these faggots and criminals and liars. No, you're not going to force me to support stuff I don't want to support. No. How about that? That's going to be my fucking vocab word for 2024.
No.
No, to all you faggots, I will not do what you want and bow down. It's like, damn, they think they could just push whatever they want on us, and if they push it long enough and disguise it as something nice and caring, that we'll just accept it.
What have
It's
they?
like, no.
What have they pushed on you personally?
What do you mean?
Like, what is something that they've pushed on you personally, like that makes you feel that way? You specifically, Logan, what have they done to you that made you feel this way?
Like nothing specific to me, but like this is stuff that's impacting us all, and like it's a culture thing.
so you're
it's
talking
like,
about something you haven't even experienced yet.
I mean, if you want something that like directly impacted me, it would be like the COVID thing that impacted everyone.
That's not what we're talking about.
What do you mean?
I asked you specifically.
What are
is-
these transgenders pushing that affects me?
or gays or whatever? Yeah. What is it that they've
It's
done?
affecting society. Is that not important to you?
Sure, but I'm asking you
Okay,
on a
so
personal
that's it.
level,
That's
though,
all.
like, specifically. So they've never done anything to you.
No,
You
it's
never
not
got-
about. It's not. That's what makes this beautiful. This is not transgender hate. This is not a personal thing of like they wronged me or they. It's not about that. It's about what's right and wrong. I don't hate these people, but I hate them pushing their way like their way is the way to be when it's not. And there's no two ways about it. It's not about this affecting me. It's about it affecting everyone in society.
So what if there was a transgender out there? Just again, giving you an example. What if there was a transgender out there that had the same ideologies, the same thoughts as you, the same, like they were a flat earther, this and that? Are you gonna still be cool with them?
Yeah, but yes, but there wouldn't at some point if someone aligns with like enough stuff that of the way I think, they wouldn't be that way because like you those two ways don't align. Like you're not gonna agree with like a lot of the things I say and then be a transgender because it just doesn't line up with the truth.
You don't think there's like gay Republicans out there?
Yeah, but I think it takes another level of denial to get to transgenderism rather than gay. Because if you're gay, you can accept yourself on a level, but say like I just am doing something unnatural, but like I know who I'm myself, but I'm my sexuality is not what other people's, not the norm. But when you're transgender, you're saying I am not who I was born as. You at some level you're not accepting who you were born as. And if you, whether it's God or nature or whatever, like you're there's a deep rooted thing of like you don't accept who you are. Gay, you can accept who you are and just say I'm sexually retarded or like I'm sexually the reverse of what's normal or however you want to look at it. But like transgenderism, there is some deep rooted like I don't even identify with who I am. I identify with being something else.
Do you believe in identity crisis?
Yeah, that's what they're going through, right?
Yeah. I mean, that could be a thing.
I don't fully understand it, but like that's what they're going through. They feel like they're not who they are, but it's like that means it's real hard to love yourself when you don't think that you're right or you know what I'm saying? Like they don't believe that they think they should be the other sex. It's hard to love yourself when you think that.
Right. But then if they made the decision like, okay, you know what? I was born a man, but I want to, I feel more connected to the women's side. And again, I'm not saying that, this is the right thing to do, because again, people have their different perceptions of what's right and wrong.
Yeah.
But you don't think that at some point there may have some validity in how they feel, and like, you know what? I don't feel like a man. I don't feel like I'm supposed to be, because we've even said it before, like even men, there's men out there that are not men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not like the manly men, like they go chopping wood and shit. But you don't think maybe at some point there's like, you know what, this is just, I can't see myself doing this. I feel more of a woman kind of deal, and that's where they go. I think, again, like I said, and this is just me, I think people should, again, if this is the lifestyle that they choose, that's fine. And we can preach to them blue in the face, like, this is not right, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter, because they're going to do what they want to do.
Yeah, but we can't. The key thing is not letting it take over society. We have to push back and say this is not right for the majority of people. If you want to do it, go ahead and do it, but it's not the way to be.
But it's not the majority of the people, though.
But they're acting like it's the way to be, and like you're a hero if you do it. That's
Right.
not true.
Right. Yeah.
And they're acting like it's perfectly fine if you choose that. That's not true. It's not healthy to be fat. It's not healthy to be transgender. It's not healthy to be all these things.
Yeah.
Can you still have a successful life and do it? Yeah. But that thing about you is not healthy. It's not. It's not natural. It is not natural to be fat. It is not natural to be transgender. It's not natural to fuck people in the ass. There's all these things that are not natural. It's not natural to be under the ocean for hours and hours.
Right.
There's all these things that are not natural. We try to make it okay. It's not.
Yeah.
You don't sleep with animals. There's all these things. Like, it's obvious.
Right.
We try to make it like, oh, maybe this.
Yeah.
It's like, no, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, to me, like I said, I don't have necessarily a negative opinion about it. Like I said, as long as it's not like hurting anybody, then
It is hurting people, though, because it's influencing the kids.
I can see that. Well, kids are impressionable to begin with.
Yeah.
So regardless if it's transgenderism or gangbanging or whatever,
yeah.
they're gonna
But
do whatever.
That's one of the worst, bro. Transgenders.
Don't get me wrong. That
Do they put hormones in them?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. When they do that to the kids, that's a different story. Because it's like, yeah, you're a kid. You don't know any better. You don't know shit. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But I mean, the same thing could be said about, like, when these kids are growing up in, like the hood and shit like that, and they're getting pistols at 5 or 6 years old and shooting each other. Yeah, like I said, man, I
know there's people that feel this way, and we've just gone on by saying they try to shut us up by saying, like, hate speech and all this shit, like we're victims and y'all are mean and bullying and y'all are causing us all this stuff to try to shut us down. But the majority of people probably feel the way I do and are not with this shit, and enough is enough. They want to try to, like, shame us and seem like we're bullying them into silence. Fuck that.
Yeah. I honestly feel like it's actually toned down a lot. I don't feel like that rise that we saw, I would say, like in the late 2019, 2018 kind of stuff, even 2016.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's that. I feel like, I think, honestly, Dave Chappelle broke that wall.
I hope so.
I think he broke that wall when he did that joke about that one trans.
Maybe we're just now comfortable enough, though, to accept the next thing.
Oh, I mean, whatever that is. But, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I believe we live in a society that you should be able to do what you want as long as you're not hurting anybody.
No, I don't believe that.
You don't think so?
No. But, because, yeah, we'll see where it leads, because I think it could eventually lead to, like everyone's talking about transhumanism, and, like, there's going to be sex bots soon, and then, like, I think it could...
Soon, they're already out, dude.
Yeah, but it could be like a dangerous slope of, like, where they're going to lead next. Because if you're okay with, like, humans just having sex with, like, a piece of plastic...
I mean, they already do. You ever been to Cali? You ever seen those chicks over there?
Yeah, it just begs the question, what's next?
Bro.
I don't know.
Oh, man.
Speaking of a piece of plastic,
What are you going to say?
bro, can we get Molly Quirum's whack Barbie plastic ass out of here? Bro, she's been annoying First Take viewers for, like, years, and eventually she, like, roped Jalen into some kind of, like, scary marriage simp thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, Jalen, you could have, like, you're an NBA player, millionaire on TV. You should have just gone for some, like, low-key, like, simple girl that was still, like, pretty. But instead they go for, like, these girls that have, like, the extra large Coke frame. It's like, I don't know. She just doesn't look good to me. But, like, anyway, she was married to Jalen for a while, and then she turned around and, like, it was alleged that she was like hooking up with Stephen A. Smith and stuff, and it's just like, I don't know. It's like when guys like that could get like a lot of chicks, or like you feel like their dating options are a lot. Like, why do you go for
I know
what's
why.
so close and it's on TV?
I know why.
It's just like
it's to assert dominance. That's what it comes down to. That's what it boils down to. It's just another checkmate for Stephen A.
It's weird.
That's what it comes down to.
I wouldn't give Molly the satisfaction of like being that close.
She's gonna be yesterday's tomatoes. Like, she's not a real sports analyst like that. She may be a really.
I don't know why she stayed on there for that long.
Come on, you just said it already. Because she was hooking up with Stephen A.
Yeah.
But the thing is that's what it was about. It was about like a certain dominance. Stephen A. is one of those guys, dude. He's a psycho. Like, that guy's out there.
He's a little weird.
Very weird, dude. And he wears a wig. I know that thing on his head is a wig, bro. You did not have the same hairline from like 20 years ago. That thing, it's all dusty too. Stephen A., you ought to be ashamed talking shit about my Cowboys. We're coming back next year, by the way. Hate this shit, man.
Well, did you want to talk about Just Hilarious?
I mean, not really much to say on that topic.
Yeah. What else? I know everyone's like fucking waiting for that tax return money.
Getting ready to get that chopper. Get my 20 grand.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I did my own taxes. I'm getting 20 grand back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone was telling me supposedly like you can't get more money back than you put in, but I don't know. I feel like that's not
dude, there are
true.
scam artists out there, dude.
I feel like that's not true. That should be how it is, but I feel like there's so many single moms and people with kids that are always like bragging about how much they get for like child tax credits, or even before that, like people are just always saying like they get $1,500 or $1,000 a kid or $2,000 a kid.
I think it went down though, originally from what it was.
Yeah.
But either way, you can imagine if you have like 6 kids, how much money you'd be getting back though.
Yeah, people were getting a lot. So.
Bro, you'd be banking.
Yeah.
You'd have like a half a year's salary right there.
Yeah.
Think about it, dude. Like, I don't know, man. I hate tax season, bro.
Yeah.
Because the one thing is, it's like they expect you to do it on time and this and that. But then when it's time to like give me my money, they're like, oh, well, you get it, when you get it, kind of deal. But if you owe them $1, you're on death row.
Yeah.
Oh, come on now. Now, like I said, I'm not big on the taxes thing. I'll be honest with you. It's not really like my strong suit. Like, as far as like knowing how it works, I just know I go to the guy and he just fills it out and this and that.
I just do TurboTax.
Oh, TurboTax. Didn't they get like a lawsuit because they like fucked up on some stuff?
I don't know. Sue them and not me. I'm not responsible. The IRS, I don't think they give a fuck, really.
Dude.
I know someone that works there that I went to high school with, and she was just saying, like, they like a lot of stuff they still do with, like, paper, like physical paper, and, like, they still lose shit, like, often.
I bet.
So she was just saying it's not like what we think it is,
our
or how
country,
it's like so Nazi. It's
our
like,
country can't even run a fucking post office. Like,
yeah.
That doesn't surprise me one bit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Like I said, once that check hits, I think I'm gonna. What am I gonna do? I need some rims. I was kidding. Do you have anything that you do with your money that you get back? I mean, do you get anything back, or you? Well, I shouldn't be asking this.
I don't really get anything back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the most I ever got back was like $1,200, and I probably blew that on like dumb shit.
Yeah.
But that's I don't know. If you got tax money, use it wisely or save it for an emergency.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
What else is in the news?
Right now the Texans got eliminated. For the NFL, for those of y'all who care, Texans got eliminated by the Ravens.
Yeah,
which, man,
they're probably the favorites for the
bro. I hope
make it.
Lamar wins it. I want him to win it, dude. I really like him. I feel like he's just the most unappreciated quarterback in the NFL. One of the most unappreciated.
Yeah.
And so, if he gets a ring, I hope he does. I think it was the Niners versus who was it? The Packers.
Was that today or tomorrow?
That was today.
Oh, shit.
Let me see. The final score for that one. Oh, my God.
What happened?
Bro. 49ers won 24-21 by a field goal. What's interesting, though, is that when I was watching the game in the beginning, Green Bay was winning by a field goal.
Damn. Who ended up winning?
The 49ers.
Oh, shit.
By a field goal, looks like. So that's going to be interesting. And then I think the Chiefs, they play against the Colts, or not the Colts, the Bills, I think, tomorrow. Who do the Chiefs?
That'll be a good one.
I know there's Chiefs versus, I need to put this up. Chiefs versus, the Bills tomorrow, which the Bills, I mean, they're on fire. Chiefs, honestly, man, I think Patrick Mahomes has lost his touch, dude. I really do. Him and Travis Kelce, I mean, they've been having a lot of issues, these last few weeks. If they get eliminated, dude, I mean, I'm going to be looking at Patrick Mahomes a little differently, But, yeah, man, this is going to be some interesting football. I like it because all the teams, and then I think it's Detroit that plays against, who does Detroit play against? Detroit, the Detroit Lions will be playing against, I should know this, come on, Wi-Fi. Oh, they play against the Buccaneers, which is Baker Mayfield's the quarterback for the Buccaneers. So what I like about this team's matchup is it's not really it's kind of like your underdogs a little bit. For the longest time, the Detroit Lions were like the laughingstock of the NFL. For the longest time, bro. It's Detroit. Yeah. Detroit always got that bad fucking rap, dude.
Yeah.
And they always do. Like, the only thing people know it for is like Eminem and Big Sean, if that. But I like this matchup. I really do. It's going to make for an interesting Super Bowl. But, yeah, man, that's pretty much kind of it. I mean, I really don't have anything else other than, ready for episode 8 coming up, dude. So, but this video reaction thing was pretty fun. We got to do it more.
Yeah, we'll start having more stuff lined up. I feel like it's a dry time of year with shit going on. There's like I know the presidential thing is ramping up. I really wonder, like, maybe I'll put a poll on the channel and see, like, I kind of already know the answer, but maybe I'll put like a option, like, options of like, I'm tired of it, how tired of it you are or whatever. But like, I know during presidential election years, that's like a huge story that people follow the whole year.
Yeah.
But I just wonder, like, I know it's going to be a huge story. I just wonder how receptive people are to it. Because I feel like everyone's, like, just, like, super just, like, done with it.
Yeah.
But I know it's going to be a huge story that's pushed. And I know there's going to be big stuff that happens. So I'm just wondering if people are going to be interested in it. And, like, what else is... I know big stuff's going to happen this year because it's an election year.
Yeah.
So I'm just eager to see what it is and, like, how receptive people are to it. Because now more than ever, people can, like, choose what news they receive and, like, where they get it and stuff like that. So I just wonder, like... does anyone even give a fuck about Trump and Biden and, like, what the voter turnout's going to be like and just shit like that?
It's going to be interesting. I think this is going to be another historical election coming up, just because right now with everything happening with the we're in World War III right now. We are. We're just waiting. It's America's turn, to get in the war. It's just a matter of when and how at this point. But I think there's going to be an event that's going to happen before the election that's going to determine who will be the next president. And right now, with Joe Biden, he's not looking good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's... Yeah.
I think they're setting it up for Trump to win again.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
It feels like it. And...
It's an interesting thing that, like, they... I don't know, bro. It's like WWE. It's like the only way they got Trump in last time was they had Hillary, and that's when they had, like, just exposed her, like, how much of a liar she was. And so Trump won. And now here we have... Like the last one, like no one could believe Biden won. They had to say it was rigged for him to win.
Yeah.
And then now it's like Biden's done so shitty, no one would vote for him anymore. So it's almost like they're setting it up for Trump to come in and like be a hero again because Biden's done so terrible. It's almost like they get you to choose the president based on who's not terrible, not who's better. It's like who's the least of the two evils.
I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Well,
it's like blatantly and more obvious than ever. And it's like, when are people going to wake up and like stop supporting the less of two evils? Because you're still supporting evil.
Right.
But it's like they have this disillusion with like everything. They just want to like lie to themselves because they don't want to face the hard truth. It's like said it several times, saying it again. If you don't face the hard truth soon, when you finally do, it's going to be harder because you're further away from it.
Yeah.
So
well, like you said, time will tell. in due time, we're definitely gonna find out, what the results are gonna be. And
I should have called this shit the hard knocks truth or some shit, because that's what I'm gonna be giving y'all this year.
Oh man, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Like I said, we'll be back again next Friday.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll have the new camera by then. So
dude.
Be looking out. Maybe we'll have better video next time.
Dude.
So
it's gonna be lit.
After that, I think it's just gonna be like focusing on like once we get this camera going, hopefully if it's what we want, we got this audio and the camera, then it'll be like we'll have like the basics for the podcast itself down. It'll just be like finding the right formula for like clips and shit like that. But I eventually want to figure out how to live stream soon. So, but I feel like once we get the camera, like the actual podcast itself will be like in a good place.
Yeah.
To where we can start focus on like we already have been, but like more of everything else, like marketing and
right.
Just more clips, continue to pump those out, topics, and just like at least have that solidified, like the setup.
Yeah, and the quality's gonna be like badass.
Pretty good, yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm excited, dude.
So
I'm excited.
Yeah, and then we maybe have a guest coming up soon. Maybe what do you think? I'm not like super pressing on the live, but I think I would like to within maybe the next month or two go live. Maybe the next in there.
Yeah.
But would you like to have a guest like before we go live, or wait till we maybe have one more guest in that time period?
Yeah.
And then, because I do sometime in this first quarter, like by March, I want to try to maybe not every episode live, but at least do one live and see how it goes.
Right.
Maybe we have another guest on before that, and then
that'd be dope. I'm down for another guest.
And then what are you thinking for that?
For the guest spot?
We'll think about it.
Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, it could be whoever. As long as they're not like boring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want to have like somebody just sitting there and they're just clammed up,
not saying anything.
Yeah. But no, but honestly, man, we don't know too many boring people.
Yeah.
We really don't. Dude, around us, we have so many people. I'm just
maybe we should see like we'll see like what his shit is like, and if he wants to come for one.
Yeah.
And we can maybe we can do the live one when he's here, because that'll help out having like a third person. That way,
right.
If I'm distracted with like doing shit, he can help.
Yeah.
But we'll play it by ear. We'll see. I definitely want to try to do a live one soon within the next month or two to see how many live viewers we get and how much it pushes that on YouTube, because I feel like live videos get pushed more.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
for sure.
But we'll see how the react went. But like, comment,
subscribe,
give us any ideas.
Yeah. Anything that you can think of, if any of the stuff that we spoke about, you have like a certain opinion about it, we're definitely open to it, even if it's against mine or Logan's.
Yeah.
We love to hear feedback from people with their own personal opinions, and we're open to open dialogue. I mean, that's the biggest thing. So if you have anything that you want to say, definitely put it in the comments, and like you said, like and subscribe. And turn on the notifications too, so that way when we have a new episode, you already know that you're gonna be the first ones to get notified about it.
Yeah. Talk shit in the comments, our ideas or whatever. And don't be scared to fucking say whatever.
Yeah. This is literally an open forum. Like this is for y'all. So I mean, we're just two assholes with mics. Y'all's opinion is really what's going to determine where we go with this podcast.
Yeah, for sure. So anyways, I guess let us know what y'all want to see for next time. And until then, we out. Victims of the system, they got us fenced in, damn near defenseless, just waiting on Christmas. Guns and drugs on my wish list, plus bitches. I've been good, I swear. I wouldn't bet my britches. Listen, not a pot to piss in.